everybody, welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with an E. And this is the wonderful Kelly Carey with a Y. Why? Because she's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like it. Thank you for such an amazing introduction.
I just hope you live up to it.
I'll do my best.
But we know
I'll try my hardest.
We've known you for so many, many years. But the last time we worked together, it was your birthday, wasn't it?
It was indeed. Another year older, not wiser.
No, well, I seem to get dumber with age.
Yeah,
well, I'm trying very hard anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, and by we I mean Kelly, is here to help you get fit tonight. We have an amazing treadmill and also we have an amazing inversion table, which is something I have a lot of experience with. But actually, I have a lot of experience with treadmills as well. In fact, I know I'm slimming at the moment. I'm a bit heavy to get on this, but when I reach a certain weight, the way that I really get the weight off and really get fit is treadmill.
Yeah, you love treadmills,
I love treadmill. Well, I get to the point where I can run at 6 miles an hour for 1 hour, which is 6 miles. And I generally do that 5 or 6 days a week.
Yeah.
So I'm not there yet, but I will be soon. But the thing is, even walking is amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely. And this is a 2-in-1 treadmill.
Yeah.
So this goes up to 12 kilometres. So when you are ready, this is going to be the one.
Yeah. So you can run on it, basically.
You can run on it, you can walk on it, but you've also got automatic incline with 8 different levels on there as well. So we'll show you all of that in a little minute.
Yeah.
But there is so much within this treadmill that just makes it such a great kind of tool to have in your home.
It's got all the features and all the benefits, but without it being one of those monstrosities that they have at gyms. Now, it is a decent size. It is a treadmill. We'll give you the exact sizes because I want you to understand what you're buying. But it is slender enough to slip, behind, maybe behind a closet or the side of the fridge or under the sofa or something. In fact, we'll give you the specifications right now. So it's we've even got the power source. Let's skip down to the dimensions, shall we? 146 by 72 by 19 centimetres. It's 38.5 kilos, but fear not, it's got wheels on it, so you can wheel it around. And it comes with an Allen key. There's very little that you actually need to assemble on this, and we'll show you that later. Remote control, safety key, and all kinds of other good stuff. Now, gymkituk.com have got it for £299. We have it for a fantabulous price of £229.99, and you can spread the cost as always. Interest-free or using PayPal Pay in 3. So that's coming up in a moment. If you've got any questions, anything you want to see, anything you want to know, anything you want to do, just drop us an email, studio@shopontv.co.uk. Now, how about we just kind of hang around later? Quite literally, we have the Teeter Inversion Table. Inversion therapy is, oh gosh, don't get me started. It's amazing, Kelly, isn't it? It really is.
Do you know
so
what?
beneficial.
It's something, until you try it, you really don't understand how lighter you feel after you come off it.
Yes.
How much more relaxed your muscles feel.
Yeah.
It's an unusual concept, but once you try it, you're literally hooked.
I had 2 of these tables. For about 20 years I used an inversion table.
Yeah.
And they are phenomenal. I mean, in a nutshell, we spend our lives with gravity working against us. You know, they say everything heads south, right? Well, this allows gravity to work for you. £279.99. We'll get into it a little bit later on. This is one of the best tables on the market, completely safe and... well, I mean, there's not really very much I can say briefly about it, except stay tuned, keep watching, because boy, that's a good one. And if you know, it's not even if you've got a bad back or you've got a bad this or a bad that or something around the corner. If you like to do the world's hardest sit-up, this is the machine for you.
Definitely.
Yes. So it's for the uber athletic.
Yeah, every different level.
Who just wish to. What's the word I'm looking for? Stretch and
relax muscles and just
decompress. Thank you, Kieran. That was the word I was trying to find desperately. Oh, look, it's actually on the graphics. If only I'd known. Temporarily helps decompress the spine, realign the spine and joints and the discs to temporarily rehydrate, and helps to relax tense muscles as well. So all that coming up a little bit later on. And there's your price code. Now, this is only available, actually, at the Teeter website, and they have it for £379.95. Oh, blimey, we've got 100 quid off, pretty much, haven't we? Oh, we have got 100 quid off. £279.99. And you can get all of this. God, blimey, I'm schwitzing in here tonight. Are you warm?
Very warm.
It's like a sauna.
Try being
I'm not
on
even
treadmill.
doing anything. I'm just standing here. We don't have a knob to adjust the temperature, unfortunately. Live Live on Air Shop Now is how you get to our show page every night at shopontv.co.uk. You'll see some of the shows coming up as well, and everything that we have for you ce soir. So there is the Teeter Table, there is treadmill. We've also got some great collagen coming up. The Pure Nutrition Collagen drink, you get 500 mils for $29.99. Ooh, and also the Summer Shape Magic Fitness Weighted Vest. God, that's a mouthful. That's a good one. You just wear it and it sort of does good things for you, apparently.
Does indeed. Very popular now, aren't they?
I know.
Very, very popular.
Yeah. We've also got the Renpo. Is it Renpo or Renfo? Renfo, I suppose. Smart Nutritional Scale and also the Body Scale Duo. Cool. Now, coming up later in the week here at Shop on TV, we have these fine shows. There we are. We've got tonight to tomorrow night, Post Golf for Cash. Monday into Tuesday, Around the Home with Beldre. Keep Fit with Max Health is Tuesday on into Wednesday. And Wednesday into Thursday. No, sorry. Can we open the door? Yeah, it's too hot. Thank you. Wednesday, we were sweating. Sorry, I just talked to the floor manager there. Wednesday into Thursday, Vintage Cash Cow. And Thursday into Friday, Roofix. Oh, that's with me. Roofix and Black Magic. Repair and Refresh. I must talk to people about titles of shows. Funnily enough, I thought I had already. Somebody just gets a bit overzealous with their marketing copy.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Just
I quite liked it. Repair
and refresh.
Refit?
But what? Repair and refresh what?
Well,
it's roofs, but you wouldn't think. Anyway, ladies... Okay, everyone's a critic. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelly Carey. You know, Renew are an amazing company. All the products that I've seen that they have produced look good. They're made to such a high quality and they're functional and they've just got everything right with
It's about providing you with at-home equipment that delivers and allows you to keep growing with it. So great technology, but at an affordable price. And this is, I have to say, one of the best folding treadmills. This is my opinion, but for me, one of the best folding treadmills I've tried because of the fact not only is it, you know, we've done a lot of walking treadmills together.
We have, But
this is a walking treadmill that we can also take the handrail down and we can make it a desk treadmill.
Is that the main position for it as well?
Yeah, so if you want that stability and security, if you're starting off on your fitness journey...
Look, it ain't wobbly.
No.
It's absolutely solid.
It's great to be able... You know, we could make it a little tighter if we wanted to, but I know that in a minute I'm going to demo it, so I'm going to loosen it off
but still,
and pop it down.
I'm just saying, I've seen a lot of the, you know, in this price range... treadmills where they have a bar across the top and you go
and
like
it's
that.
really
it's
flimsy.
Just really rickety.
But it's also the other things that you find with a treadmill that is reasonably priced is they can feel quite hard underfoot. So for this, you've got a little bit of give. It feels really supportive underfoot. Feels very cushioned and bouncy.
I was going to say, is it cushioned? I'd love to. I wish I could try it.
It feels great, but also, this for me is the piece de resistance. Watch.
The piece de resistance.
Look.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Again, the digital readout's fabulous.
Automatic incline. 8 different levels, giving you about 23 kind of degrees of incline there. So that you can really, you know, we were warm before. Now watch, I'll be sweating buckets.
Well, I've got to say, we just got a lovely blast of cool air,
that was nice. Well done, Sam.
He's the man. Play it again, Sham.
But this is it, you know...
by the way, if you get too cold, because once that door's open, it's sort of just... all right, no, fine.
I really won't. It's very warm in here tonight.
No, well, I
very warm.
Covering.
But we've got easily, just using the remote control or using the controls, I can change that incline. You can see how I've moved from 8 now down to 2. I'm not having to do anything but press the button. There's nothing that I've got to adjust. It's all motorised, automatic.
Also, Kelly, I'm sorry to say this. Well, no, I'm not sorry to say. I'm pleased to say this. That motor sounds like a really good quality motor. I thought, you know, how at $229.99 are they getting these really high quality components? Because I thought it would go, you know, cheap old motor, but it's quiet.
It's very quiet, very seamless. There's no juddering. It's really smooth kind of execution of that incline as well. You can see how it's just moving quietly up and down. And then other
TikTok's
things
coming in. Oh, we're gonna. Hello, we're on. This is TikTok, everybody. TikTok's going to show everybody
But Sam's going to show us exactly some of the kind of stats that we've got. And you can see on the left-hand side we've got time, speed. You can see that at the moment I've got time, but I'm going to change it for your purposes. And then in a second we'll change...
What an ingenious way that our directors managed to find an additional camera for the show by using TikTok Live. Oh, is that Sam that came up with that idea?
So, Sam, I'm just showing you an incline. I'm taking it down to 0 because then I want you to see how I've changed it then to actual step count as well. So the second one in, you can alternate between time and steps. You've also got distance there,
and all the buttons
in kilometres.
All on the top, and they're nice, easy to push buttons. They're not little, you know, fiddly buttons. In fact, actually, Sam, would you mind coming hither and can we show the top?
That's it. So it means that you can...
buttons that...
Well, it just means that they're at your fingertips, aren't they? So you're not having to look for them. You're not having to adjust.
Sometimes on gym equipment, you're pressing the button while you're mid-flow. And it's not doing what it's supposed to do.
No, and it's simple and it's easy. It's user-friendly. All we need to do is plus minus for increasing the speed. We've got different programs there.
Do you mind? I just want to show you as well. If you're wondering what the red cord is.
Look how smooth that was as well.
So that's why you clip it to there. So if for any reason you have an issue, the minute it comes off, it stops.
Do you know what you've just done just then?
What's that?
You've just removed all of my steps.
Oh, no,
all of my steps. I did it last time on the last show that I did, but at least I was only, you know, 15 minutes in, Rob. I'll let you off.
Listen, you don't need to prove yourself to me.
I need to prove myself to me. I'm like, keep going.
Sorry.
But it's simple.
And a remote.
And a remote. But also, you mentioned earlier about setup. So I was a little bit... When it arrived, I was like, OK, I tend to give these jobs to my husband. I'm like, I'll let you start and then I'll come in a second and watch how you put it together. I'll just go and put the kettle on. And then I walked in a minute later and it was up and it was ready to go because there is no assembly.
Oh, there's no assembly?
There is literally no assembly. So, that's literally just to tighten the belt or anything that you may need to tighten. Comes fully assembled. That's because we've opened the door.
No, he was here before.
But what you will, when it arrives, you'll find that the handrail is actually going to be down. So that's the only thing. So it's...
But nice big button, or not buttons, levers that, you know, there's no fiddly stuff here.
So that's how it will arrive. So it's going to enable you to move it around where you need to, because you've got little wheels on the end. And then when you've got it in place, you decide it might be that you're going to have it on a desk. Now, you can use this...
as a stand-up desk.
As a stand-up desk. But your incline will only go to 5 instead of 8. Because
obviously you need to have the desk, but that you can use this next to or in front of the desk.
And also because you've got that extra stability when you've got the handrail up. So you don't want the incline to be too high without that handrail.
Again, look, please, to manage your expectations, it's a treadmill. It's not wee. But it's also not massive. I mean, it's about the size... What would you say it's about the size of?
If you think of a yoga mat...
It's about the size of a yoga mat. Yeah, it's a yoga mat, a bit higher, but a yoga mat, you know, even when this is down, if you've got a decent amount of room under your bed, you know, sort of maybe 6-8 inches, or under the sofa or something like that, you can slide it under or you could stand it up against a wall, couldn't you?
Absolutely. You know, some people have little areas between their cupboards, kitchen cupboards.
Nooks.
Nooks and crannies.
Nooks and crannies.
And that could slot in perfectly, or as you said, it could be beside a wardrobe. I remembered, I don't know if you remember Jenny, who used to model for us at Ideal World.
Yes,
and used to love kind of walking.
Yeah.
And she used to have a walking treadmill that she would put behind, almost behind, it was just behind a curtain in her lounge.
Yeah, yeah.
But remember, this isn't just a walking treadmill.
She's going to have a run.
This is a running treadmill as well.
By the way, can you put an iPad in?
You could.
Or a
so
phone?
that's where your phone goes. Your phone or a tablet.
Yeah.
If you've got a small tablet, that would fit in there perfectly. Yeah. So if you're somebody that prefers to kind of get motivated from maybe choosing a route and being able, or Strava or something like that.
Sure. We'll get our studio iPad in a minute and I'll show you what it looks like,
or maybe you're like me, who has just got a million things that she wants to watch on TV. And I then don't feel guilty if I've got that on, if I'm watching a box set or whatever, and I've got it on there and I know I'm working out at the same time.
Do an episode of a sitcom, you know, 20, well, it depends whether it's ITV or another broadcaster, but 23 minutes. That's a good workout, you know what I mean?
That's it. And we're not saying, you know, what did the NHS say? It should be 150 minutes a week of moderate exercise?
Yeah.
And that equates to about 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. So if you did 15 minutes in the morning, or you watched that episode, you've pretty much done it.
The thing is, you don't have to run. If there is so much benefit to just walking, and maybe. Look, I've got to be honest. I love walking. I love a little ramble in the woods. But where I live in London, it's you know, the parks...
A meander.
A meander. I love a good meander. But when I'm exercising, the one thing I like, and the one thing I learned many years ago, is I prefer to end up where I started. Because I used to go for runs on the streets, and I'd run, and then I'd get knackered, and I'd go... Oh no, I'm miles away from home. So with a treadmill, you're guaranteed to finish where you started. By the way, there it is. So in a portrait mode, it will hold your tablet just fine. And I've got a cover on the back as well there, and it's not a problem.
No, absolutely. And this is the thing. You know, you made a great point there about, you know, you're saying it from the point of view of distance. But this time of year, we've had rain today. We've had copious amounts of rain today. We've had snow a few weeks ago. You know, every day we never know what the weather is going to bring us. So
that's true.
When you've got a treadmill in your own home, you can be consistent. It doesn't matter whether it's summer, winter, spring, autumn. You know that if you've got 20 minutes a day or 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever you can manage, you can just hop on here in your PJs.
I always, I actually cancelled my gym membership because it was too far away, but I've always tried to join a gym that's about a mile away, because then I walk to the gym, that's my warm-up, then I work out, then I walk back.
Well done.
But as you say, that's great in the summer, but when it's pouring down with rain, and then you know, it's raining today, then you fall behind, or it's faff, or you got to get in the car, and then you've got to find parking, and then you've got to go to the changing rooms, and blah, blah, blah. Whereas when this is at home, and if you've got a box room or something like that, you know, you could have it up all the time if there's no one staying. I mean, perfect combination for me, sofa bed and one of these. Because if you need... Excuse me. If somebody comes to stay, they've got the sofa bed, you just collapse this down, stick it up against the wall for a few days. But there's no excuse. And I've found routine is incredibly important.
Definitely.
If I get out of step with my routine, that's when I waver. But if I can keep to the routine... Even if it's just a few minutes a day, it's better than no minutes a day.
Absolutely. And just, you know, to add to that, it's just connect it with something you're already doing. So if you've got a habit that you already do, maybe it's that you have your cup of coffee in the morning. So maybe it's before... don't do it whilst on here. But maybe it's before you have your cup of coffee, you just warm up using this, and then that's almost like your reward. So just connect it to something that you already do, and you're more likely to then build it into your routine.
Would you like a break? Would you like a Kit Kat? By popular demand, we're going to show you the Teeter table in a moment, the inversion table. Here's a quick recap, though, of the 2-in-1 walking and running treadmill. So you've got an auto incline system, 8 dynamic incline levels that simulate real-world terrain and push your fitness journey to new heights. So it's basically like running uphill. 12 preset programs. Whether you're chasing time, distance or calorie goals, these guided programs help you stay focused, committed and inspired. You've also got an LED console, real-time tracking of speed, time, distance, calories, incline and step count. And then the remote control included. Take control of your workout, who wrote this? Effortlessly, adjust speed or pause with a simple quick click even, keeping your rhythm uninterrupted. Now, oh, is there more? Oh, good. Excellent. Folding design, compact storage with a foot-lock latch for secure portability. Shock-absorbing running deck. Experience a smoother, quieter run that's kinder to your joints, helping you train longer and feel stronger. Safety tether key instantly stops the treadmill in an emergency. Phone/tablet holder. Turn your workout into me time. Stream your favourite shows, playlists or podcasts and let the minutes fly by. Oh, there's more. It's got a 220 volt power source, and if you were wondering, and I know you were, it's a 50 to 60 hertz grounded outlet. Of course it is, like we'd have anything else. You've got the emergency stop key, child-safe operation, usage, indoor, domestic use only. Okay. Max user weight, doesn't have to be max, whatever your name is. The user weight is 120 kilos, that's 18 stone. You've also got the dimensions here are 146 by 72 by 19 centimetres, which still means nothing to me because I can only do inches. But it's a decent compact size, and it's 38.5 kilos. So it's not light, but it's also not crushingly heavy. And it does come with an Allen key to tighten your belts, and a remote control, a safety key, and the user manual is included. Now you can get it directly from Gym Kit UK for $299.99, but they have given us a super duper prize tonight at $229.99. Now, say that again, Fraser. I didn't quite hear you. My voice was too loud. Oh, what are so we're going to show you the Teeter table, but what's the point in having a spoon if you don't know what to use it for? Well, what's the point in having an inversion table if you don't know what it's for either? Well, this will inform you.
Hi, I'm Roger Teeter. My wife and I started the company that builds the Teeter Inversion Table in 1981. Use of the Teeter is the perfect way to make a new you for the new year. Perfect because it gets rid of stress, takes the joint pain away, improves flexibility, corrects posture, and gets you ready to do the things you really want to do in the new year, like sports, working out, or like in my case, keep up with the grandkids. Adjust it for your height. Don't forget, put the safety strap on that stops it at an angle you're comfortable with. Now, the table will not go any further than that. Step in, clamp your ankles, and then lean back and relax. Oh, no workout. This is all gain, no pain. Because you aren't doing anything, gravity is doing the whole workout for you, elongating your body, taking the pressure off those sore joints, improving flexibility. You know, you can mobilize your body a little bit to encourage it to elongate. It will elongate 1, even 2 inches, you know, and it just feels so good to get rid of the stress and be able to start an active new lifestyle. You've got to be curious what inversion could do for you. You know what gravity's doing to you. It's stealing your body shape, it's stealing your flexibility, it's stealing your height, it's stealing your posture, and it's stealing your ability to be active. This is the perfect way to make a new you for the new year in 1 minute while you kick back and enjoy a great stretch.
So that was Roger Teeter, the inventor of the Teeter table, and I knew Roger very, very, very well. I knew him for about 20 years. In fact, I'm not ashamed to say it, that he gifted me 2 tables, and I moved twice, countries actually, and so, well, states originally. When I lived in America, I moved states, and so he actually gave me 2 tables, because the first one I couldn't bring with me. Yeah. And for a good, 15, 20 years I used
and that's the thing. Table. It's unusual for somebody to have to replace, and as you've just explained, it's because of moving countries or moving house.
Yeah. But
normally, because of the quality of Teeter, because they are the market leader, because of the heat-treated steel that they use, these are built to last.
I mean, for a lifetime.
For a lifetime. And most people do have them for their lifetime. They don't ever, you know... Yes. I
mean, it's got a 5-year guarantee.
The models improve.
If you can break this, then, frankly, you probably don't need it.
Well, we also know...
You're the Hulk. Let's just, you know... Hulk smash! You know.
We also know that they are, you know, they've been tested by the underwriters' laboratory for 40,000 rotations.
What does that mean?
So what that means is, because these are certified by a third party that does rigorous testing on them to make sure that they live up to performance and they live up to safety features. These are the only ones. So Teeter tables are the only ones that are UL, so underwriter laboratory certified.
UL listed. You're right, UL certified.
And so that's because...
40,000... Yeah, go on.
So what I was going to say is, when they took this in and they tested it on... initially, it needed to reach 30,000 kind of rotations. So inversions.
Rotation is all the way
down and all the way
back. Yeah.
So that's one rotation. So they said it's got to meet 30,000 rotations. So it got to 30,000 rotations, and it was just continuously. They then said, well, let's see if we can take it to 40,000, and then it was. There's still no issue. There's still no problem with it, but let's leave it there. However, compared to other competitor kind of products, they failed at 5 of them. Failed at 4,000 rotations. Failed.
As in, you would have
completely
fallen off
failed.
And possibly hurt yourself.
Completely failed.
At 4,000.
4,000. So Teeter is 10 times stronger than most competitor models out there. That's the reason that Teeter are the market leader and have been for over 45 years. That's the reason, when it comes to trusting an inversion table, always look to Teeter, because they are FDA registered, grade 2 medical device. We can't talk about that, but have a look online to see what that actually means.
I can tell you, to get an FDA approved medical device, you know, it's
huge.
It's really tough. It's really, really tough. The FDA is the Federal Food and Drug Administration in America. They're the ones that, you know, that look after and certify and test and all of that kind of thing when it comes to sort of pharmaceuticals and medical devices and all of that. They're safe for the public to use.
Yeah, and to be able to state in America that certain things, this can benefit certain kind of things. Now, we can't talk about that, but have a look, do your own research. But the reason that they have those registrations and those certifications is because of the quality and the components that they use. We just saw Roger Teeter. And he is he was.
Sadly, he is no longer with us.
Sadly, he passed away a few years ago, but he passed away in his 80s. And up until kind of the later years, he was using this all the time, and he was still so physically fit. You know, he was still riding bikes, he was still running. I think he was still jet skiing at that point as well.
I mean, it wasn't lack of fitness that he departed. It was something completely unrelated, from what I understand. So, but I just want to go back to the 40,000 thing. Fraser, do you have a calculator available? How many rotations do you think you do a day?
Right, well, if we think that using this is about frequency, it's not about duration of time. So we're talking maybe, when you first start using this, 1 to 2 minutes, and you might do it maybe 1 or 2 times a day. And then at the most, you might do it 3 times maybe.
All right, let's go most.
So 3 times a day.
Each time, how many times do you think you go? 3 times a day, but how many times are you going backwards and forwards?
But if you just... you really only need to do it once, don't you?
Should we...
So, as in 3, because you're taking yourself down into that inversion and back up.
Well, the thing is, I go backwards and forwards.
If you did oscillation, let's say 10 times in a day.
Well, I was going to say, let's make it easy. Let's say 4 per time. Is that right? Yeah, 4. Well, yeah, 10. 10. 10's good. So, in other words, that's 4,000 days. So, how many years is that, Fraser?
40,000. So
divided by 10?
Yeah, divided by 10.
It's 4,000.
Yes.
Divided by 365. 4,000 divided by 365. So 10 years if you used it every single day.
To the point.
To the point where they gave up.
Yeah, and that's all it was. It wasn't that it failed, it's that they gave up. But if you're oscillating and you're moving, if you were just using it a couple of times a day, that could be 20 years, as we've just talked about. That, and it might be that you don't use it every single day. You might use it every other day.
But also they don't, get to a critical point and then just fall apart, do they? So, these are designed to what... In fact, I learned this from Roger, the term 6 Sigma.
Yes.
So in aeronautics, planes are designed to a standard that is described, it's called 6 Sigma, which is that the tolerances for failure are so far above any potential use case scenario that it is theoretically impossible for them to ever fail.
Yeah.
And usually most problems with planes are generally operator error, actually. So, or computer errors and things like that. But the point I'm trying to make is it's so safe, isn't it?
Yeah. The difference, comparing it, as we said, failing at 4,000 rotations is like using a kind of metal coat hanger, a thin steel coat hanger that's bendable, and all of a sudden, once you've bent it a few times, it snaps. Right. Whereas this is heat-treated components, heat-treated steel. This is carbon steel that is just going to be durable, it's going to be strong, it's going to be safe, and, it's been tested to that point. We're
going to get into all of the sort of whys and wherefores and why inversion can be so beneficial. But first of all, here are some people who've oh, sorry, we're still on video. Apologies. Sorry, Kieran. I just right. Okay. Sorry. Let me just wait for them to finish. Good. Okay. Here are some people who've used it.
When I first saw the Teeter on TV, I wasn't quite sure about it. I almost thought it was a gimmick. I had no idea that the Teeter was going to be that effective on me. I was amazed with the very first day I used it, it was day and night difference for me. Felt like I was recharged, energetic, and ready to go back out and do whatever I was doing earlier that day. The more I use it, the more I enjoy it, and the more I think it helps me.
It's very relaxing, it's very centering. I sleep through the night, I don't wake up constantly. I'm not afraid to take a dance class or to take a yoga class, I feel like I can do normal activities that other people my age are doing, and that gives me hope.
To describe the way it feels when you actually use the Teeter is just pure freedom of knowing that something in your back is getting better. Everything says that this seems like it should be wrong, but it feels so right.
When I got my Teeter, that's when it all changed for me. And the more I worked my back, the more relief my back gave me. And that's when I knew that this machine really works. It's so simple and yet so effective. If it wasn't for the Teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It put the smile back on my face.
It is this smooth, just seamless machine. Having my back feel good on a regular basis is priceless. Age is it really is just a number. It's how you feel. I feel like I gained 10 years back onto my life. I feel like, hey, I can be in my dance class with 20-somethings and feel good again,
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Kelly Carey has been lost to the upside down. So this is inversion. Literally, you turn yourself upside down. Gravity starts working in the opposite direction, essentially. So during the day, you're standing, you're sitting, or you're lying down. People think, well, have a sit down.
Yeah, take a load off.
But
it's actually 2.5 times standing pressure. The pressure on your body is 2.5 times that.
So when you
sit down, you've got more force acting on your spine. And even when we think, when we're at night time, when we go to sleep, well, surely we're completely decompressed then. No, we've still got 25% compression on the spine because the muscles and ligaments are still kind of holding on strong.
So not a lot of people know this. So at ground level, at sea level, we have 1 atmosphere of pressure on top of us, right? 1 atmosphere of pressure is approximately a ton all around us, a ton of compression all around us. Obviously, our bodies are designed to withstand that, and our capillaries and all that kind of stuff.
And it's great for stimulating muscles and bones, so it's got benefits.
Yeah. So what are the other benefits of being the other way up?
OK, so we are able to use, as you've mentioned, we're able to use gravity to its benefit.
Yes.
So what's happening when I am rotating or inverting backwards, I'm temporarily creating space within the spine. Right. So all of a sudden, I can feel that the vertebrae, there's more space between the vertebrae. I'm temporarily rehydrating the discs, because throughout the day when they're being compressed, it's squeezing out all of the kind of liquid that is used to cushion the joints.
Yes.
That makes them the shock absorbers that they are. It's also allowing me to kind of release tension within the muscles, and it just also have a look into some of the things that they talk about in terms of lymphatic drainage and the fact that we are.
Well, because the heart has a pump.
Yeah.
But lymphatic drainage is how you get toxins out of your body.
We get the waste out of our body.
We have, you know, I suppose, pipes that do that, but they don't have a pump. So movement is what essentially...
It's our calf muscles that tend to...
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's the calf muscle that sends it back.
So this kind of movement could potentially help with that too.
Yeah, what we're doing is we're turning ourselves upside down, so we're pushing the kind of different toxic fluids back the other way.
The other thing I find is, again, you can do... There's so much information on these online. But in the mornings, I would use it in the morning, and of course you get a rush of sort of fresh oxygen to the brain, and for me it was like a sort of morning coffee. It was wonderful.
It's that natural kind of caffeine hit, isn't it?
But also, go on.
And I was going to say, I was watching, not watching, but listening to a podcast the other day, and there are loads of, you know, people like Joe Rogan talk about Teeter.
Oh,
and he absolutely loves Teeter.
Sure.
He's been doing jiu-jitsu for 20 years or something, and has had ongoing problems with his back. So he absolutely is a huge kind of fan and advocate of Teeter. Yeah. But there were also other people that I was listening to, and all of them, biohackers, had different reasons for it. One was talking about the fact that, you know, just because you're getting that increased blood flow to the brain, if that was easy for me to say.
I was going to say, it's easy for you to say, yes. Blood flow to the brain.
What it possibly could do then is increase, you know, focus and just help with concentration. Somebody else was talking about it from a lymphatic point of view, and maybe if you're somebody that struggles with puffy ankles, you know, maybe
fluid build-up and things like that.
Fluid build-up in the legs. This possibly could help with that.
Too. Well, also, you know, if you see that chart of over time how the spine can start to get curvature of the spine. Now, I'm not saying this is a solution to that, but the more, I mean, if you're inverting every day, it's helping to straighten everything out, isn't it?
Yeah, what we're doing is we're putting ourselves into a better postural alignment, better postural position. You know, a lot of us are sitting more than we ever sat before.
I know.
You know, I think the stats talk about 12 to 14 hours a day on average people are sitting now.
What, yeah?
Not mentioning how long we sleep for as well. So how much time then are we moving for?
Well, I'm not being funny, but you know, if I'm not here, I'm working, you know, my admin work is sitting in front of a desk all day long. Very little sleep. And then when I do get little power naps, it's usually sitting in a chair somewhere, like in my dressing room and stuff like that, you know. So, I mean, my lumbar region has suffered massively over the last 2 years, and that's why I can't wait to get another Teeter table.
And then a lot of people are still working from home, and nobody goes round to their home and sets up their ergonomic desk. A lot of people are just sat on the sofa, just in makeshift kind of desk situations. So it's no wonder that we are all feeling the pressure of changing lifestyle, and then we maybe aren't, you know, maybe other lifestyle habits aren't helping us. We're smoking and drinking and all of the things that we know we shouldn't do, but we do. So these things can all impact, plus posture. So anything that we can do to prevent those issues happening, to prevent pressure being put on the spine, then it can only be a good thing. And this is kind of, this is...
Well, look, we'll get into this more, but you can just rock backwards and forwards on this. It's great for meditation. It's great for relaxing and unwinding. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you are very athletic and you've heard of gravity boots, this is the ultimate gravity boot system, essentially. If you want to do the hardest sit-up in the world, go fully inverted and try and do sit-ups from that position. It will challenge even Rocky would have trouble with that one. Ladies and gentlemen, Roger Teeter, who was literally the name on the door or the name on the table. One of the things I always revelled at with him was just his posture was absolutely superb, because he used this every single day, and that's what he attributed that to. So here he is again to tell you more about the Teeter table.
As an engineer, I knew I could design a more comfortable and easier way to invert right in your own home. So my wife and I started this company in 1981. Over the years, we made more than 100 innovations to that first table of mine.
The inversion made such a difference in freeing up my life, you know, not just for skiing, but to have a life again with the family.
Roger definitely practices what he preaches. He inverts daily, sometimes twice a day. He's 77 years old now, and he's still as active as he was when he was younger. He's as active as many men half his age, and credits inversion for helping him to be able to do the things he does at his age.
So one of the great things about this as well is that you see this strap here, so you can adjust that. Even at 30 degrees, you're getting benefits. It does the first time, you feel like you're going further than you actually are, but you're not. And with the strap engaged, you're completely safe. You can't go too far. And basically, this is a fulcrum. So when we join ITV, we'll show you how to put the strap on, how to adjust the ankle clamps, how to set this up so that it works for you, because it's all about balance. So it's based on your height. You adjust this bit, and that puts your centre of gravity right in the middle, and then you just literally become like, well, a fulcrum. I can't think of a better word, because that's the word that's what that means.
Yeah, it's just about weight distribution, isn't it? And then we use our arms to control the movement.
You do.
So it's really simple, and it's 3 steps to set up. So it's not confusing, it's not hard. And what I love about the fact is that Teeter have made it even simpler, because they've given us 2 apps. One to show us how to set it up.
It's very easy.
And one so that when you've got it home, you're not on your own. There is
I like that.
tutorials.
When you got it home, you're not on your own.
There's tutorials to show you how to use it, stretching exercises, lots of different videos to kind of keep you motivated and keep you using it to its most effectiveness.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to pause on this just for a moment, because we've got another great product on the show, so hang 5.
I will.
This you can get from Teeter online directly, $379.95. But when you buy it from us, we have this really fantastic price of just $279.99. So you are saving £100 and 4p, which is a lot of money. Honestly, I cannot recommend an inversion table enough. They are phenomenal. And I'm only about a stone away, I think. What's the maximum weight on that again?
136 kilograms.
What's that in stones? I don't know, we'll figure it out. 28 stone? No, we'll figure it out, sorry. Our CEO hates us doing maths on the telly, so you figure that out and let me know. 21, oh, it's 21.4, I think I can use it. Woohoo! Getting myself a Teeter. Right, ladies and gentlemen, something I take religiously every single day is collagen. What's collagen, Rob? Well, collagen and elastin are the building blocks of your skin, your hair, your nails, the ligaments between, with your joints. I mean, basically, you've got collagen almost everywhere in your body. The sad thing is that from the age of about 20 onwards, that collagen starts to deplete, and it starts to deplete rapidly. The worst news, and I'm sorry to say this, ladies, if you happen to be a female, then when you go through menopause, you can lose 20% of your entire body's collagen just by going through that ordeal as it is. In fact, no, sorry, not 20, it's 30%. Have a look at this. So when you're 40, you've lost about 80%, and then 45 it goes down, and 50 it goes down. But from 20, even by 30, you've lost about 10%. And then in that sort of 50 to 55 age range, as much as 30% of your entire body's collagen can be lost through menopause. So I'm really sorry, ladies. But guys, we're not immune either. You know, we lose a lot too. And so if you imagine fertile ground, and that is supported, you've got nice firm soil. If there was a sinkhole, and basically the foundation of that earth collapsed, the earth would also collapse on top of it, wouldn't it? Well, that's sort of what happens with your skin over the years. That's where wrinkles come from. Oh, it's one of the reasons anyway. So the fact is, you can do something about it. You can take a collagen supplement, and that's what we have, the Pure Nutrition Collagen. Now it's 500 mils, you've got 24 servings, so you do this once a day. And what this has, it has some really good stuff in it. So it has the following. It has Luxolite and Verisol collagen hydrosilate. They're good. They are registered types of collagen, and they are incredibly high quality collagen strains, if you like. 10,000 milligrams. Now here's the thing, you can put collagen back, but your body will only, by the way, let me just finish with this graphic. It's also got some vitamin C and D. Vitamin C is actually the carrier that helps the collagen to be absorbed, along with vitamin D as well. You've got biotin and zinc and also hyaluronic acid. So you've got a whole sort of soup of really good ingredients here that all support collagen absorption and sort of general overall health. So the thing is, you can put collagen back, but your body is a bit crafty. It says it's like having a hole in your bucket, right? And so you're losing all this collagen out of the hole at the bottom. You can pour some water back in the top, but the bucket will only let you put one glass of water in. It won't let you put back exactly what you've lost, because then we wouldn't have any aging issues, would we? Or certainly would have far fewer. But the most you can put back, the most your body will allow you to absorb on a daily basis is roughly 10,000 milligrams, about 10 to 12. So this is maximum strength. It's one shot a day. It's all you need. If you take any extra, then you're basically wasting it. Unless, if you're rehabilitating, or if let's say you're going in for an operation or you're post-operative, people have reported that it can help with to reduce scarring, because you're putting the foundations of skin back into your body. So then the recommendation is you do maybe a shot and a half, so you can kind of build up a week or two before you go and have an op, and then you can sort of do that for a couple of weeks after you've had an op. I'm not a doctor, I'm not giving you medical advice, I'm not saying that this is in any way a sort of a cure-all for healing scars, but that's advice that I've heard in the past, that it can be beneficial. So individual results vary. If you're in that situation, that specific scenario I'm talking about, you may benefit, you may not. But the fact is, when it comes to aches and pains and joints and things, joint pain and such, this stuff is, honestly, every day I find it has just given me so much more flexibility and agility, and a lot of the aches and pains have completely disappeared. It really is very, very good for you, and at $29.99 you get a 24-day supply. So get yourself a bottle, start taking it every day. You need about 6 weeks for it really to start working, so get yourself a couple of bottles if you can, and why don't you give it a go. Right, ITV and STV coming up in a second. that music.
It does make you want to dance, doesn't it?
That was composed just for us. Yeah.
Love it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome to what we called again Shop on TV with me, Rob Locke, and this is Kelly Carey with a Y. Why? Because by jingo, she's fantastic. And super fit, and I mean in the physical sense.
Thank you very much.
Just, that sounded creepy, sorry. I'm so sorry. I get the foot out of the mouth there. This, ladies and gentlemen, we've got three actually amazing products for you tonight. This is the last of the stock that we have of this fantastic walking and running treadmill. It's an amazing price, it's an amazing bit of kit. When this sells out tonight, and I'm sure it will, it ain't coming back till April. So if you want a really high quality walking running treadmill, this is your last chance, especially when you're saving 70 quid.
Yeah, this flew out the door when we launched it. It only launched a couple of weeks ago, and it absolutely flew out the door. And the reason it did so well is because it's so feature-packed. It's, you know, footprint-wise, it's small, but this has got automatic incline, 8 different levels, 12 different programs on it. It will allow you to go from 1 kilometre all the way up to 12 kilometres.
An hour.
So you can run on here, speed-wise, and then you've got all of the stats there so that you can really monitor all of your progress as well. So it's a great treadmill. And you have a little place you can put your phone or your tablet as well if you want to immerse yourself in an episode of something. Honestly and truly, Renew make I think, some of the best fitness products that money can buy. And look, we'll get into this in more detail, but I use treadmills. In fact, it's exclusively what I use for running, for walking at the moment, but for running when I'm fit enough. At $229.99, it is incredibly unusual, I've found, in a home unit to get something that is so sturdy, very attractive, looks great in whatever room it is or wherever it is that you decide that you want to put it. It's manoeuvrable, to have the inclines, and the motor is so smooth and quiet. Just everything about this, I can't fault it. Even down to the buttons on the control, they're raised. If you've got fumbly fingers, they're easy to use, easy to see. We'll get into all of that, but be quick. Once you know you want this, put it in your basket, get her in your bag, and make sure you check out. You can use PayPal Pay in 3 as well if you want to spread the cost interest-free. Right, OK, so also coming up, well, actually, before we do that, I should tell you, you can buy this online at Gym Kit UK. They're actually the distributor of this. Well, in fact, they're the makers of this product, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah. But they've got it at the normal price, which is $299.99. By special arrangement with Shop on TV, they've done a great deal for us and, of course, at the end of the day, for you. And that's why you're getting it for $229.99. It's 38.5 kilos, this, which is not hugely heavy for a treadmill, but for $8.95, that's coming to your door. You can barely post a parcel up the street for $8.95. How much is a stamp nowadays to send a letter? I don't know. Is it £2? Is it £1? It's I do not know. Anyway, also tonight we have this is something I have used. An inversion table for the best part of 20 years. They are superb. Think of it like this. You walk around all day, or you sit, or you lie, and gravity is working against you. As they say, everything heads south, right? Well, this helps to redress the balance, pun intended, because you literally turn yourself upside down, and now gravity is working for you rather than against you. It can help to decompress your body, your bones, your muscles, your ligaments. There are so many benefits to this that we will get into it. But I tell you what, if you want to get a quality machine, Teeter is the way to go. It is tested to ludicrously high standards. It has maximum safety. It's the one that I mean, you know, practices not chiropractors. What are the physiotherapists, chiropractors, osteopaths? You know, doctors. They're used in a lot of different kind of practices, therapy practices. Yeah, so, people with letters as well as independent gyms. Independent gyms as well, absolutely. Now, look there, if you're super athletic, this is not just about rehabilitation, folks. If you are super fit, that's the world's hardest sit-up. That's your Rocky sit-up. Just try a sit-up on there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
They are super tough, super tough.
Folds away for easy storage as well. So it is going to help to temporarily decompress the spine, as well as realign the spine and joints. Also, it's going to help the discs to temporarily rehydrate, and it helps to relax tense muscles too. And that's just scraping, or is it scraping the? Is that the expression? Scraping the surface. So, anyway, it's the tip of the iceberg. Now, the only place you can get this at the moment is from Teeter directly at teeteronline.co.uk, but they are £100 more. Again, they are the manufacturers scratching the surface. That's the one. They are the manufacturers of this product. We have a special, not scraping the surface, scratching the surface. I knew it was something. We've got, again, by special arrangement, we have a super duper price for you of $279.99. Have a look. I mean, you can't get this one anywhere else that I'm aware of. If you want to do some Googling, or if you want to have a quick Bing, I won't judge, please go look up inversion therapy, and particularly Teeter. They are the ones that are recommended generally above all else, and all others. If you go to our website, click on the live on air shop now banner, it'll take you to this page. This is where you find the products that we have on the show every night. We're here every night between midnight and 3 a.m. So the treadmill already flying out the door, that's $229.99, and this is where you find all the products. Just add one to your basket, but you've got to check out. If you don't check out, it doesn't reserve the product, it doesn't hold it, it doesn't secure the price or anything like that. If the price goes up or the product is no longer available, then you miss out, I'm afraid. So when you know you want it, get it in your basket. What's coming up in the week on Shop on TV, I hear you cry? Well, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm a presenter and it's my job. So tonight, it's now technically a new day, but later this evening into Monday morning, so the night of Sunday into Monday morning, Post Gold for Cash with Sean and Hayley. Monday night into Tuesday morning around the... Because we go... It's always really awkward because we go from right in the evening and then we're on just after midnight. Yeah. So that's why we say that day into that day. So Tuesday to Wednesday, we've got Keep Fit with Max Health. Wednesday to Thursday, Vintage Cash Cow are back with you. And Thursday to Friday, we've got Roofix and Black Magic, Repair and Refresh, which was just a little extra flourish that somebody thought they'd sneak in so that it showed up on our menu.
A little bit of copy magic.
A little bit of copy magic, that's right, yes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble, I wanted to say. Now, I want you to understand something here. Can I just quickly read the graphics and then because I'll tell you why. I want you to know this is a treadmill. This is not a postage stamp. It's not but it is compact. We determined it's about the size of a yoga mat.
Yeah, roughly. In terms of the footprint. The footprint, yes. But in terms of the dimensions that we'll show you in a second are of the whole item.
Yes.
So when it comes to the actual kind of... bed that we're running on, that's actually 140 by 40 centimetres wide.
Right.
So that means that you've got a really good kind of place to be able to run on.
If you have a wider gate.
Yes.
Yes, so it is compact, it is something you can store away, but it is a substantial piece of equipment, but by jingo, it's nowhere near as big and as clunky and what have you as what the machines you'd find in a gym.
No, definitely not.
So I just don't want you to get it home and think that you're getting something the size of a napkin, because it's not. So it's actually the overall size, the sort of the extreme measurements are 146 by 72 by 19 centimetres. As I think I mentioned earlier, it's 38.5 kilos. It does have wheels on it, so you don't have to lift the whole 38.5 kilos. You can lift it from one end, which is just part of the weight, and then you can wheel it around.
Yeah, it's like a wheelbarrow, isn't it? Or a suitcase or something.
Yeah.
You know,
if you say so.
You're partially taking the weight rather than having to lift it all up.
Yeah.
Which means it's super easy for you to, you know, if somebody's coming round and you've had it up in the lounge and you just want to put it away in another room, or you've got a little cubby hole or something.
Nook or a cranny.
Or a nook or a cranny.
But also, if you've got decent height, 6 or 8 inches underneath your sofa, you could slip it under your sofa.
Slot
but get it out and do it in front of the telly.
Yeah. Well, this is it.
While you're watching Corrie or something.
Do you know what? I'd always recommend have your treadmill out. Have it, the fact that it's not too big means it's not going to take over a huge amount of space. But if you can see it, you're not going to ignore it.
No, sure.
And then you're going to be consistent with it, because then and set it up in a place that works for you. Yeah. So don't put it in a room where you're facing a wall and it's not very motivating. Put it either in front of the telly or in the conservatory.
You like to people watch?
Or window, wherever it is that you feel motivated by it.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to it's kind of moving towards pleasure and not pain, isn't it?
She knows all the psychology. That's true. We only have two things in life that motivate us, is what Kelly's saying: the avoidance of pain, and the acquisition of pleasure.
Yes.
And if you want to really motivate yourself, you want something that helps you avoid pain and gain pleasure. So it kind of gives you a double whammy. And this, because also the great thing about this is, it's gaining a level of fitness. And one of the things that, you know, as I'm losing the excess pounds, just getting my mobility back is, you know, I've done about 4 stone. I've still got 5 to go. But I've done this many times. And when I get to a certain point, which I will shortly, I will start walking again. I mean, I walk around, but I'll get on a treadmill and I'll walk for half an hour.
Yeah.
And I'll build up and build up and build up, and eventually, when I'm fit enough, I'll start running. And I at my peak fitness, when I get to the point I like to get to generally, I will run at 6 miles an hour for 1 hour, which is 6 miles, 6 days a week. Now that's what I personally like to do. But I like the fact that you end up where you started. But the point is, you can start on this, you could be as unfit as you like, start really slowly and build and build and build, and then eventually, if you do get to the point where you want to run on it, you know, it just covers you right across the entire gamut of improving your fitness, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're not going to outgrow it, and that's the thing. You know, you want to be able to continuously progress with it.
Yeah.
And we love to see that progression, and we can see it using the motivation station, as we call it, the console at the bottom. That gives us our stats, so it tells us our speed, our time, our step count, our distance, the calories that we've burnt. But also, when you move from being able to walk to maybe do the incline on 8,
well, let's
hold
that thought. We're going to show the incline in a minute. You mentioned the thing, the display. So we are live at Shop on Sam on TikTok. Shop on Sam. Sam is our floor manager. He's right here. So now this is the live feed from TikTok, and Sam is going to go in and he's going to show the display, just like Sam can. Because he's the man.
Look at that, Sam. Well done. But you can see there those stats that I was talking about. So on this left-hand side was speed. We've got the choice of time and steps, which I can change just using the mode button there. So I can move between those two kind of statistics. And then we've got distance, and then on the right-hand side we can do calories. So already I've burnt 36 calories, but then when I press the incline button,
it's got not just manual incline. It's got incline. At 229.99, it's got incline. Then it's not manual incline. It's automatic, or it's motorised incline. And it's got 8 levels, right?
Smooth. You can see how it's just lifting the front of that treadmill up to give you that kind of 23.
Not the most flattering shot there, but never mind.
Percent incline.
I'm going to move out of the way.
But this is what we can use to simulate walking up hills. And we know, great for cardiovascular fitness, great for calorie burn, great for building glute strength and glute definition. And you can hear already, I'm a little bit out of puff already.
Hold on, sorry, I've got Kelly, I'm really... OK, we knew that this was probably going to sell out tonight. This is the last of the stock. It won't be back until April. We've been on the air, on ITV and STV1, 10 minutes? 15% of the stock has already gone. It is careering for a sellout. Look, I want to say this very quickly, and then obviously I'll let Kelly talk again. I promise you, and I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to treadmills. I know you might think, big guy like me, what does he know about fitness? Well, believe me, I've been fit, very fit, and not fit, like now. And look at this. Now, most home treadmills that have a bar, then, you know, you wouldn't risk your life on them because, you know, they're rickety. But this thing here, I mean, this is really, you know, it's solid. It's beautifully designed. You can hear the quality of the motor. It's every bit the same as what you would expect from the quality at a gym, in my experience. Big readout, nice buttons, remote control. You've got the safety cord. If that pulls off, if you slip or whatever, anything like that, it cuts the machine off instantly.
Pause.
It's just brilliant.
So I've just paused it.
If you want a home treadmill, this is the one.
So if somebody comes to the door or if your child needs your attention, or if, you know, you've got somebody delivering a parcel, like I generally do most days, and you've got to jump off, go and grab your parcel, but you don't want to lose your information, then we've got a pause button on there, and all you need to do then is press start. It's going to give you that 3-second countdown, and that information that you had achieved before is still there. Now, for me, that's super important, because I've been on so many treadmills where you lose that information, and there is nothing more frustrating, or when somebody pulls the emergency.
I did earlier, I'm sorry, I pulled the emergency cord and it wiped everything.
Naming no names.
No, Rob. It wasn't me at all. The fact is that a lot of people are sedentary, a lot of people still work from home. If you can't get out to get your steps in, if this is knocking around the house, you can get on it for 5 minutes. In fact, actually, if you put the bar down and you've got a standing desk, you can actually use it as a treadmill at a standing desk, if that's something that's of importance to you. It's not about necessarily, you know, running at, you know, really crazy speeds or doing really sort of vigorous exercise. Yes, that can be good for you, and if you are able and capable of doing that, fab. But the fact is, even if you just... Walking is... There are so many benefits. There's so much research. And actually, when it comes to weight loss, there's not a vast difference, is there, between walking and running?
No, look into zone 2 training. And that's what that's kind of your fat-burning zone.
Is that running on the tube?
And that's your fat-burning zone. So that's when we're at about 60% of our maximum heart rate. So we're a little bit puffy, just a little bit, but we should still be able to hold a conversation. But don't ask me to sing for all of your benefits.
I wouldn't ask you to do that, even if you weren't on the treadmill.
But people do, you know, pop stars do actually use working out on treadmills in order to help their voices, because they work out at the same time as they sing to make it so that they can, I suppose, when they're going in to do performances, they can then hold.
OK, what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, I know what you meant. Shall we pause? Because what I'd like to show everybody at home, and by the way, I think I'm right in saying this comes fully assembled, right?
Yeah, fully assembled. You've got absolutely nothing to do with it when you get it home. All you've got to do is just put the handrail up, and it's simple lever action on the side. Yeah, if I get you to hold...
Oh, hello, sorry. Almost wasted £100 there.
So, I'm not going to turn off the... You can see I turn off the treadmill. I'm just going to pause it, but you can see it's got little levers on the side.
As you say, little. Kelly, sorry to contradict you.
Well, they are quite large, aren't they?
They're big. They're easy. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't do words tonight. Sorry.
Neither can I. So we're not going to do very well.
They're very easy to. They're engaging. I don't know.
If you've got dexterity issues, you're not going to have a problem with them. They are slightly oversized.
There you go.
Which means it's easy for you to be able to loosen them off. Left to loosen off, right to left to loosey, right to tighty.
Are you able to pick this up, or is that going to pull the cord off the floor?
I can do. What I would need to do is tighten it back up, but you can see there how you've got the wheels on the front. We've got ours secured into place, so I can't take it too far.
No, but I just wanted to show it's not, you know, the whole thing is 38.5 kilos, but you're not sticking it under your arm, you know.
No, you just tighten up.
We are a quarter, blimey, a quarter of the stock has already gone. And remember, when this sells out, there is no more stock being delivered until April. So if you've been looking for a walking, running treadmill, and you know what, this could be a great treadmill for the whole family, because maybe you've got grandma who can only walk a little bit and walk at a very slow speed. We'll show how slow this can go. Maybe somebody's rehabilitating and they've been told to walk. So that's perfect for them, but also the kids can use it if they're of an age that you feel comfortable for them to do that. And also if you've got, you know, Mr. Fit, Mr. Muscle in the house who wants to run at full pelt, he or she can do that, or maybe Mr. and Mrs. Muscle. Anyone can use this. So this is the slowest.
So I've taken it down to the slowest, which is 1 kilometre.
1 kilometre an hour.
If you are somebody who's maybe recuperating from injury or just starting on your fitness journey, and the first thing they say to you is, if you have had an operation, is move.
When I had my appendix out, they had me out the bed almost with come out the theatre, and I barely got back in the bed, and they wanted me to stand up.
They generally do, don't they?
I was like, you're having a laugh.
They generally do, and they do say, you know, they want you to stay active, they want you to stay moving.
Yeah.
But I think when you've had an operation or you've been ill, then your confidence is severely kind of dented. So the thought of being outside on uneven kind of pavements and in these kind of weather conditions is maybe a step too far. Whereas you've got consistency with your treadmill. You know that it's the same smooth action. You know that you're in control of the speed. You know that it's a smooth surface and you're in the right environment.
But it's cushioned as well. It's not like walking on, you know, a sort of a steel plate or anything like that. It's got give in it. And remember, this has got 8 levels of incline. Now, that's a shock-absorbing running deck. So, in fact, I'll tell you what, Kelly, I'm going to ask you in a second. I want to show full speed, but don't do it just yet, because we've got these fabulous graphics for me to go through. It's a great folding design, compact storage with a footlock latch for secure portability. You know, I reckon you need about 6 inches. And if you've got 6 inches of clearance under your bed, maybe 5, under your bed or under your sofa, you can, or you know, down the side of the fridge or something like that, you can store it vertically, you can store it horizontally, and so it's easy to wheel away and put away for another time if you wish. Maybe it's in a box room and you've got a sofa bed and the treadmill's out and some guests come around, you put the treadmill away, you get the bed out, and vice versa when they leave. The shock-absorbing running deck, like I said, it's all about, you know, not hurting your joints. You can experience a smoother, quieter run or walk that is kinder to your joints, helping you to train for longer and feel stronger. The safety tether key as well, that instantly stops the treadmill in an emergency, and you just clip that to your, basically to your clothing. And if you go in a direction you're not supposed to, it'll pull the little magnetised clip off, and that stops the treadmill. You've got a phone and tablet holder as well, so you can turn your workout into me time, stream your favourite shows, playlists or podcasts, and let the minutes fly by. And it's an auto incline. When we say auto incline, it's actually it's a motorised incline. You select. It doesn't do it on its own. It doesn't do it automatically. But you select what level you want. So it's 1 to 8. So you can challenge yourself. I mean, if you want to be walking uphill, you can get this up to, you know, the 8th level is quite a decent incline. So that simulate real-world terrain and push your fitness journey to new heights. 12 preset programs as well, whether you're chasing time, distance or calorie goals. There are guided programs that help you stay focused, committed and inspired. The LED display console for real-time tracking of speed, time, distance, calories, incline and step count. And there is a remote control. All the buttons are on the front. They're all raised. They're all easy to operate, but there is a handheld remote control as well, so you can do one or the other. I mean, and you're talking about something that's 120 kilos. If you're 18 stone or 120 kilos, that's the max user weight. 146 by 72 by 19 centimetres, 38.5 kilos in total. It's a total product weight. But obviously, once you've got it set up and there is no assembly required, the Allen key is just to, if you need to tighten the belt. You're only lifting it up from one end, so you're not lifting all the weight of it, and then it's got wheels to manoeuvre it around. A third of the stock has gone. I tell you what, this is the treadmill I'd have in my home. Now, just to prove to you, are you feeling fit?
Well, what I was going to say was I probably wouldn't go up to 12 kilometres.
Really?
Because I would need to take time in order to build up to 12 kilometres.
Really? Are you saying you can't run at 12 kilometres an hour?
I can run at 12 kilometres.
No,
but
you
probably... But it does take me time to build up to 12 kilometres. Okay. But what I was going to ask, Kieran, is there is a split screen... How many miles an hour is that? I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, there's a split screen.
There is a split screen of the slowest against the fastest.
Right, OK.
So I just wondered if that was...
We'll see if we can find it.
If not,
we don't know. I don't want to put you on the spot.
No.
I just wanted to at least show you running.
I just need to build up to it. So
that's fine. That's fine. I don't want you to
and don't ask me to talk to you from the side.
No, I won't. So tell me what you're doing later on. No.
I can only look forward.
You can see Kelly's proper running. That ain't a slow run. She's only at 9 kilometres per hour now. 9.3. 9.5. Now we're almost at sprint, aren't we?
For my little legs, yeah.
If you can't get to, don't worry if you can't go to 12. 10.2. The earth's starting to shake. No. But listen to this. It's so smooth. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Nearly 11. We're at 11 kilometres per hour. 11.1. and you can see there's the actual belt is a good width, it's a good length. So, you know, even if you're a bigger guy, if you're a taller guy. All right, we're at 11.8, 11.9. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. She's at maximum speed, 12 kilometres per hour. Na 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 na. It's the Bionic Woman.
There you go.
Well done.
Just don't ask me to speak.
What? No, I won't. Oh, sorry, we lost the remote.
And I've thrown the remote control.
Look, you've just shown something else there that's really good. You can just step to the side.
So that's the great thing.
Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, please, 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 please do yourselves a favour. You're not going to get this unless you check out. You have to pay for it. And at $229.99, remember, folks, this, once it's sold out tonight, which it could very well do in this show, it's not going. We can't get it back in stock until April. We work directly with Renew. They're an amazing company. They make really innovative, high-quality products, and we will not be able to get it back for 3 more months. Honestly, of all the treadmills that I've seen us do, now we have another one that's pretty good, but this is bigger, faster, stronger.
And it's got the fact that it's got that incline on there just means that if you are somebody that's just going to use it for walking, you've got the ability to intensify your workout without putting kind of more high impact.
Oh, what's that thing there?
So that's where you could put, also be able to put the oil to lubricate.
Sorry, I was
trying my hardest to speak.
I thought it was a bit of broken plastic or something.
No, that's a little cap.
Oh, it's a little cap. Yeah. But what I was going to say is when you stood off or stepped off this, like any good treadmill...
Yeah, you've got the rails on the side.
You've got the rails on the side.
Yeah, to enable you.
So if you suddenly if you get overcome with, oh my gosh, I can't do any more, and you just need to get off straight away, or the phone rings or the doorbell goes or something like that.
Yeah, you've got the option just to stand on the rails. Yeah. You've also, as we showed before, you've got that safety feature there. I know.
Yeah.
I knew I went to 12, it's fine.
I saw you go to 12, yeah. So up to 18 stone, basically, isn't it?
18.9 stone, I think it is. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what 120 kilograms is.
Amazing. So it is something the whole family can use, and it also, you know, come on, you don't get a lot for 230 quid these days, do you? You're getting a whole treadmill.
I know.
Yeah, it's 18 stone is 120 kilos.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Okay. According to the full page graphic.
Oh, yeah, but look online. Yeah.
I trust you more than I trust that graphic.
Look online. It's all I'm saying.
So nearly 19 stone, which is great, you know. So, and it's one of those things that, you know, if you're my size, now I'm a little over the 19 stone, so I'm not quite at the point where I would use it if I was at home. I'd use it, but I can't recommend you do that because it's got a maximum weight limit, and that's obviously what we have to stick to. I mean, it's not like if you're half a pound over, it's going to suddenly collapse. You know?
No, not at all.
But you know, those guides, those weight guides are there for a reason. But I love walking. And you know what? The great thing about walking is it doesn't require a lot of effort. And you can just go off in your own little world. And then fitness doesn't feel like a chore. Because you know what the best exercise is, folks? The one you do. God, that was cheesy. But it is true.
It is true.
If you, this is the big mistake a lot of people make. And I do know, believe it or not, a lot about this because I have been very fit in the past. And if you make the classic mistake, which is you sign up for the gym, you go to the gym, and if you're overweight, first time I walked into a gym, everybody looked at me, I felt so self-conscious, I walked straight out. So you don't have any of that when you do it at home. But when I got to a certain point, the fact is that you kind of get home, you've done too much, you've overdone it, you feel you can't move the next morning.
Yeah.
You go to make a cup of coffee, and it's like you're going, ow, 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 you know. And this is how you go to the car. Like that, right? Like a penguin. And then you don't go back to the gym. You're like, blow that, I ain't doing that again. I've done my exercise for the century. Whereas with this, you can start small, you can start gentle. You don't have to get in the car. You don't have to find parking at the gym. You literally only have to go as far as wherever it is from where you are at home to where you've positioned your treadmill. 40% of the stock has now gone. Please do yourselves a favour and get one. Look, I would not recommend this to you if I was not standing here now, seeing the quality of it, hearing the quality of it, feeling the quality of it, and knowing the prestige and the quality of the brand. Honestly, I can't think for that price of a better treadmill.
No, and
what are the programs, by the way? Sorry,
So you've got 12 different programs in here, and obviously based on the number, number one is going to start. It's good. They're like little high-intensity programs, so it's like having a personal trainer in your own home.
So they vary speed and incline.
So depending on the number, obviously, as we get higher up the numbers, higher the speed is. So it might start on maybe speed 1, 2, and 3, and then it's going to go as it goes higher up, it's going to go 8, 9. So, and I don't think it goes to 12 kilometres. I think the 11 is the highest.
No, I think that would probably be a choice. But all that's in the instructions, beautiful instructions.
And they also do, it's not just speed, it also kind of changes incline as well.
Yeah. Designed here in the UK, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Am I allowed to say that one of the ladies involved in the company is... Am I allowed to say what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're going to say.
Isn't one of the ladies at Renew married to our floor manager?
Possibly. I couldn't say.
Anyway, OK, I'm just making sure I'm treading on eggshells in case I put my foot in it again. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Look how strong this is. I love it. I absolutely love it. But it's compact enough for you to be able to store away when you're not using it, if that's something that is of importance to you. Now, Gym Kit UK is the official website of the company that makes these, Renew, and so they are the only ones that have got this at the moment, and us. So Gym Kit UK, $299.99. But we've got it for $229.99, which is a super-de-duper price. And remember, you can spread the cost. If you select PayPal at checkout, you can spread the cost interest-free over 3 months if you wish to. $79.65 per month, interest-free. Just go to shopontv.co.uk. Or you can, well, you can't use PayPal on the phone, but if you want to order on the phone as well, you can. 03333 241 241. We accept all major credit cards and debit cards. And, I just found out she left. Oh, right, I didn't know that. OK. Thanks for letting me know, everyone. Anyway, moving on. Collagen. Sorry, I'm just randomly bleating out words. Collagen. Car park. Baked beans. Wouldn't it be good if baked beans were good for your health? They're good for your heart. The more you eat them, the more you like them. They are apparently a high source of protein. OK, now, seriously, I really mean this when I say what I'm about to say. Do you know what? What time is it now? It's 1:20 in the morning. So at about 8:30 p.m, I took my collagen, because this is pure collagen. By the way, it comes with a little measuring cap on the top. You just do a shot a day. Keeps the doctor away, possibly. So it's called Pure Nutrition Collagen. This is just about the highest grade. In fact, there are a couple of different types of collagen in here that are essential for your body, and they're just about as high a quality that you can possibly get when it comes to nutritional collagen. So they're even registered trademarks. They're called Luxolite and Verisol, and they are, and feel free to look those up if you want to. But all you really need to know is, when it comes to nutritional collagen, there ain't really very much that's better than that. Now, by the way, 10,000 milligrams is a very meaningful amount. I'll get to that in a second. But the other ingredients here, you've got vitamin C and D. Now, vitamin C is actually very important for the transport of the collagen. It actually helps to your body to absorb the collagen and absorb it better. In fact, if there wasn't any vitamin C, you would actually just pee most of it out. But because there's vitamin C in there, you actually absorb as much as your body will allow, which generally on a daily basis is 10,000 milligrams. 10 to 12 is about the most that you can absorb. And so this is essentially full strength. You just need to do it once a day, any time of day you like. It's got biotin and zinc in there as well, by the way, and hyaluronic acid. So it's got some really, really good stuff. Collagen is very important, particularly for women. So now this starts at 40, but actually you start to deplete collagen at the age of just after 20, in your early 20s. So by 30, you've lost about 10% of your whole body's collagen, which is collagen and elastin are the building blocks of skin and cartilage and hair and nails and things like that. It's important stuff. So by 40, you've lost 20%. By 45, a little bit more, 50, a bit more. Now, ladies, I'm really sorry to say that between the ages of 50 and 55, when you get to that the age of menopause, you can lose as much as 30% of your entire body's collagen, what's left of it, or from where you started, I suppose, technically, just in that 5-year period. I mean, it's awful, I know, and it's that only women suffer from that. And then, you know, by 60, 65, 70, I mean, by 70, you've barely, you got 10% roughly of your entire body collagen left. And so that's why you've got, your skin starts to become wrinkly, because the sort of the makeup of skin requires collagen and elastin. So when you're young and nubile, your skin is beautifully supported. It's got the scaffolding underneath. It's replete with collagen, replete with elastin. But as you get older, the collagen goes away. So the support system, the foundation, starts to sag. So essentially all a wrinkle is the top layer of the skin is sagging because there's nothing underneath to hold it up. Now, I'm not saying if you take this, it's going to stop you from wrinkling, but it will help. It will help with anti-aging. It will help very much so. Well, in fact, we've got a graphic here that will tell you all the things that it can do. It will help to support healthy hair, skin and nails. I notice a huge difference in my hair and particularly my nails. Really, really good quality. My nails have always been good, but largely because I take collagen every day. So they actually contribute to the maintenance of normal hair, skin and nails. It helps to promote bone and cartilage health as well, contributing to normal collagen formation that supports the normal function of bones and cartilage. I don't know about you, but I find bones and cartilage in my body to be quite important. But particularly the cartilage, because if you start losing cartilage over the years, that's when if it goes away, your bones start rubbing together, it can get very, very uncomfortable. Helps to reduce fatigue. It actually contributes to the reduction of tiredness and fatigue, and then also it helps protect against oxidative stress. So it's helping to protect your cells from oxidative stress. What I want to say to you is, this is a bit like an energy shot as well. It does give you a very noticeable and palpable boost of energy, not jittery energy, but just a nice whoa, yeah, whoa. So I always take mine before I come to the studio, which is why I took it about 8:30 p.m. because now I'm awake and I'm like, wee! And I've got to drive home through the night from Manchester to London afterwards, so I want to be alert. So if you're a day person, take it in the morning, and if you're a night person, take it at night. Whenever you want your energy. Don't take it at night if you want to get to sleep easily. It's not that it's not like it's more but it'll take a while for you to fall asleep if you take it at the wrong time. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, your body will allow you to put some collagen back, but it won't allow you to put all of it back. It will only allow you to put back about 10 to 12,000 milligrams. That's why this is basically all you need on a daily basis. If you took 2 capfuls, the second capful, or most of it, would be completely wasted. It tastes good, but you'd just be peeing it out. Now, it's 24 days, 24 of these. It's 24 days per bottle because you do it every single day. I'll be honest with you, 24 days is not enough to see the benefits for most people. Generally, you need about 6 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks. It depends. Some feel the benefits sooner, some it takes, that amount of time. So if you really want to commit to helping to rebuild your collagen, and this is something, if it comes to either taking a multivitamin or collagen every day, I'd choose collagen. If I was going to a desert island, this is what I take with me. You need to really commit to doing it for the rest of your life. I notice it on a day, if I get a day where I don't get a chance to take it, I really, really feel a difference. Because at my age also, I'm 54 now, and when you get to 50s, you go, oh, what was that? And you go to the doctors and they say, what? I got this pain in my back. And then they say, yeah, it's just 50. And you go, oh, so there's nothing you can do about that? Nah. But there is now. There is, and the older you get, the worse it can get too. It is brilliant stuff. It really is. And when it comes to quality, Pure Nutrition, I can tell you the guy behind who owns the company Pure Nutrition, he's a medal winner and an Olympian and all kinds of stuff like that. He's a triathlete, not an Olympian, a triathlete. And he doesn't put any kind of rubbish in his stuff. This is about as high quality nutritional supplement as you can get when it comes to collagen, is all I can tell you. And so when you take it every day, I really feel a difference. I really feel a difference. And just those little niggling aches and pains, they just go away. And now, obviously, individual results vary, but you can't do everything. It's like there's a hole in your bucket, dear Liza, and your body's depleting more collagen every day than you can replace, but you can put back 10,000 milligrams. If you could take, it's like if you were aging, well, you are aging every day. If you could take back, even if it was 20% of the aging every day, wouldn't you? As an analogy, not specific numbers, empirical numbers, but that's what this is, ladies and gentlemen. Put back at least 10,000 milligrams of your collagen every day. And if you don't know why you should get it from us, well, here's why.
At Shop on TV, our goal is to provide you with the best shopping experience possible. Our team of shopping experts is dedicated to sourcing the latest, greatest and most desirable products at the lowest prices available, delivering them to you quickly and conveniently and ensuring your complete satisfaction. We're passionate about maintaining the highest standards of quality and service every step of the way from design to dispatch. You'll find us on ITV1 and STV from midnight to 3 a.m, Freeview channel 89 from midnight to 6 p.m, and on YouTube at Shop on TV Live. Our daily broadcasts are your TV window into the global marketplace, presenting you with a collection of carefully curated must-have items, demonstrated by our on-air team with honesty, integrity and trust. Plus, there's even more in our online store at shopontv.co.uk. So when it's time to shop, shop on TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, look, very popular, that collagen. By the way, I meant to say it's bovine collagen, the highest quality form of bovine collagen, which, as you said, is very good for gut health, isn't it?
It's really good for gut health.
Yeah, yeah. But obviously not suitable for vegans. Unless you're a vegan that does beef occasionally. Not strictly a vegan. Now, we've only got half the stock of this left. You gotta check out, folks. I'm so confident. We have a refund policy here at Shop on TV. So if you get it, as long as you return it in its original box and in its original condition, there's not an issue. I think you will be so impressed because, unlike us, we don't look as beautiful on television as we do in real life. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. I am completely OCD. I am obsessive about aesthetics. I really am. Honestly and truly. I'm not just using that as, like, vernacular. I can't fault this. I love it. I'd have this in my home tomorrow, girlfriend.
I agree with you. I have got it in my home. But
Well, there you go.
But you know what? I do think...
And she's a married woman.
I do...
To a guy called Rob.
True.
Yeah, not me.
I do think
I should be so lucky.
If you can get a treadmill in your home,
yeah,
it can be transformational. So having a piece of gym kit in your home that you are comfortable on, that is going to allow you to start at a level that's right for you, but give you that progression.
Yes.
That's not going to take up too much space, so it's not going to end up being a clothes horse. It's not going to be noisy.
You just took the words out of my mouth. Do you know when I had my flat, my first home, which was in Richmond, the master bed, I slept in the spare bedroom. It was a sort of small double bedroom, but the master bedroom, I had my desk and office. But then I bought a multi-gym, and it took up the whole room.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely brilliant
And
for drying clothes on.
Yeah, it becomes annoying.
And that's about all I used it for.
Because then things like that irritate you because you're like, oh, it's just, what do I do when people are coming over, or I need, I need to use that space because I've got a friend coming to stay.
Sure.
Well, with this, all you do is literally, it takes you a few minutes just to make sure that you pop the handrail down.
Yep.
And then...
Because it's fully assembled, isn't it?
It's fully assembled. I've just
like
got
the Avengers.
Just got to make sure that you're turning it the correct
tightened
way.
It quite a lot there. Yeah.
And then pop the handrail down.
Yes.
and then you can get it out the way because it's got wheels on the front.
Yeah. Now, when that's down, can you lock the handle in the down position as well?
Yeah, you would lock it in the down position.
Oh, I see, because it sort of twists and then it kind of pops out, doesn't it?
Yeah, because you're going to use the handrail to move it around.
Lift it and move it around,
so you would, in order to move it around. I'm not going to do that because ours is in place.
Yeah.
But obviously, you'd make sure yours wasn't plugged in and...
I don't know if you can see this here, but this is the sort of conduit that the cable is going through from the remote at the top.
It's really well constructed.
Brilliantly well made, isn't it?
It is. It's really well constructed. And, you know, the things that you've picked up on are the things that I feel when I'm on here. I feel safe. I feel secure.
Yes.
I feel that it's really kind of cushioned underfoot.
Yeah.
I feel that it's a good length and width for me to be able to... You know, I was running at 12 kilometres there.
Yeah.
And I'm small, but we also had 5'3", but also...
Great things come in small packages.
You know, my son is 5'11½", and he's able to run on here really easily.
Can we get it up?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to... Listen, I shouldn't do this, because technically... I'm about half a stone over the maximum weight limit. 120 kilos, as Kelly said, is 8.9 stone. Kelly was right about that, incidentally. I'm not doing this because I'm recommending you do it. If you're over 18.9 stone, obviously, I have to say officially, you know, get the weight off before you do it. But I just want to show, because I am 6'2", 6'3" in heels. And I want to just show you that for my stride and my gait, you know, I'm quite a big lad, that it is, for someone my size, is also... I'm not going to run, because I've also got an umbilical hernia, so I can't at the moment. But, so what do I do?
So you're going to press the stop button.
Right.
And you're going to hear that it counts down for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And then it's going to gently move.
Right. Oh,
and then it's going to start on 1, and you've got plus and minus there.
OK, that's too slow
for you to be able to take it up to a speed that feels right for you.
Yep.
Now, you've also got the remote control if you prefer to use that. And that's all really, when you're first starting, that's all you need to consider is the speed.
Yeah.
Now, when you want to intensify more, then you can start to bring in other factors like the incline. Because just by taking the incline up by 1 to level 1, then you're intensifying it because that's like you're walking up a hill.
But I'm gonna stop it. But I just wanted to show you that for someone with my gait and stride, it's, you know, I am too heavy for it at the moment. But the minute I get into that range, absolutely, I'm having one.
Well, the show that I did last time when we launched was with Hayley and Sean, and both of them were on the treadmills. Now, Hayley's a similar height to me; she's probably a couple of inches taller, but Sean is 6'4".
Yeah, so, he's got a couple of inches on me.
And both of them were easily using it. We did make Sean run. We did make him run. We were very.
I love getting to that point where I miss it so much. But I love walking too, and you can. Oh, it's gone.
But the feeling of
satisfaction. Put your iPad in there.
Yeah, that's it. You pop your iPad in there. It might be that you're listening to audiobooks. I'm listening to a great audiobook at the moment. But it might be that maybe you're on one of those apps where you like to kind of compete with other people, or you like to tell your community, how you're progressing. And this will, you know, you can connect with other apps like Strava and things like that.
What the heck's Strava?
Well, that's one where if you were running outside, you'd be able to put your outside run and it would give you the GPS kind of navigation. But you can do it for an indoor run as well.
Do you know what I love about this is 2 things. Number one, these days we never. Well, certainly if you're in a busy, you know, if you're a busy job or something like, you know, like the job that I do, I never get time to myself ever. And when I'm on air, I always joke, I come to work, I go on air to relax, because no one can call me, no one can have, you know, basically they have to leave me alone because there's no other choice. This is a great excuse to take a bit of time out of your day for you. But also what I love about it is it's not redundant time. There's nothing I hate worse than using time for nothing. Unless it's, you know, just relaxing and meditating and all that, sure. But I do that before I go to bed. But with this, like you said, you could be learning. You could be listening to a podcast. You could be studying something. You know, you could be doing your homework if you're a teenager or something like that online.
Yeah, but the fact that this is also a kind of desk treadmill, so you can pop the handrail down and you can use it. You could be working. You could be on a meeting.
You'd need the desk, obviously.
Yeah, you'd need the desk. But you could be on you could be on a meeting, you could be on a Zoom call, and you could be kind of walking and getting the benefits of kind of fitness and health.
Did you hear that? Have you got an earpiece in today?
Yes, I have. I'm just ignoring them.
Oh. I would never do that. Our director just went, I don't ever ignore anyone who's interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last third of the stock. I don't know what else to tell you. We knew we didn't have many of these left. It's one of our most popular treadmills. Look, I haven't seen the other treadmill. I'm not knocking the other treadmill. I know the other one we had was very popular, but it didn't have, it was more, it was kind of I would say, a model below this. This is the highest spec model of treadmill, walking, running treadmill that we do. And it is really suitable for everyone, pretty much everyone of every age. Obviously, you wouldn't have toddlers on it or babies, but, of an age for somebody who would be... I mean, teenagers would be all right, wouldn't they?
Oh, absolutely. We'd always say if they're just coming into maybe 10, 11, make sure they're supervised.
Sure.
But, my 14-year-old son, I would happily allow him to be on there.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember a presenter on our... other channel, who used to do a kind of deal with his son. So in order to allow him to be on his console, he'd say to him, you need to do the equivalent amount of time on the treadmill.
Oh, great incentive. But I do love the fact you can just wheel it in front of the telly. You could watch a film, depends how fit you are, but you could watch a telly, you could watch a film, you could watch an episode of something, your soap opera or whatever it is.
And what about if you said, right, OK, just when it comes to, so you're just starting on your fitness journey and you're like, OK, I love this TV show, but every time the ad break comes on, I'm going to jump on here and just do a few minutes. Or you might be walking through the main programme, and when the ad break comes on, you just increase the intensity.
Do a bit of a run.
You do.
Oh.
Or you...
Like interval training, which is the best way to get fit.
So we do some interval training. Yeah. You can do the same with songs. If it's more about music, you could do maybe through the verse. You're doing it as a gentle walk.
You could even do, because on YouTube now they've got karaoke tunes, you could even do karaoke while you're working out.
There you go. More benefits, great for lung strength, lung capacity.
Now, the other thing also, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I need to stand here and tell you that walking has huge benefits. The government recommends you do a certain amount of walking.
150 minutes a week. Moderate.
Now, if you live in a metropolis, I'm not being funny. Now, I live in South London, and I'm not for very much longer. I'm actually finally getting out after 7 years. But where I live, it ain't what I would consider to be the safest place. I don't feel particularly safe there. So if you're in an area that you don't feel safe and you don't want to go walking or running around the streets, you don't have to leave the house. And also, you can do this in a flat. You can do it in a bungalow. You can do it in in a house.
It just removes all the barriers to entry, doesn't it? To, is it that you are really short of time, and therefore the time to get somewhere, or the time to get home, even the time to get changed? The fact that you don't have to get changed, you could just get on here in the morning, just pop your trainers on.
Yeah, sure.
5-10 minutes.
Do it in your pyjamas.
That's it.
Do it in your birthday suit if you want.
If nobody's looking, it's entirely up to you.
Yeah, just careful when you're running. You don't want to slap yourself in the face. But it's, the thing is, if you go to the gym, even if it's local, it's a trip. It's however long your workout is. It's getting there. It's parking. It's getting changed. It's doing your workout. It's getting changed back into regular
civvies. You put another hour on it.
And for a lot of people these days, it's just not feasible. And I guess to say, the first time if you're not very fit, or you don't have a lot of confidence in fitness, the first time I went, I'll never forget it. The first time I went into a public gym, I was with my girlfriend at the time, who was stunningly beautiful, and so one of the reasons I was going to the gym. And I walked in, and I literally felt the heads turn, and I was like, I've got to get out of here. It was awful. It really put me off.
I think a lot of people can feel really intimidated by the gym environment, but I think having something in your own home allows you to build up at your speed. You can, as we've said, it stops it becoming kind of to the bottom of your to-do list. Because I think when we're time poor, the first thing that goes is our own self-care.
That's very true.
So if you've got something there, you're just going to jump on it for a couple of minutes as and when you can fit it in.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, this is included for free. What the Renew 2-in-1 Walking and Running Treadmill has is it has a little voice in it that every time you look at it and you see it, it says, "Why aren't you using me?" It doesn't really, but if you've just splashed out 229 quid, the fact it's in your home is a constant reminder. But the fact is, even if you just one day, you just do 5 minutes. That's all you got time for. And then another day, you do longer. Or, you know, you can do it when you want and for how long you want. And you will eventually, if you want to, work up your level of fitness. You know, fitness, it actually increases quite rapidly. It doesn't take very long. You know, even within a couple of weeks, you'll notice a difference. Even within a month, a couple of months, you may have gone from being able to walk to actually run, whereas maybe when you're starting out, you couldn't run or wouldn't want to run. You wouldn't even want to attempt it. But look at this. It's cushioned, it's comfortable, it's safe. With your safety cord, it's a very attractive piece of equipment that you'd be happy to have in your home. There's nothing, if you know, what's the point in buying something that, all right, it might be functional, but it's a right old eyesore, and it's like you don't want anyone to see it because it's just terrible. This is lovely. It's like I've got a really nice kettle and toaster made by Swan. They're like retro.
Yeah.
And I love the look of them. And now this is more of a modern sort of design, but I love the look of it. It's really,
it's very sleek. It's very small footprint. It's not going to overpower any room.
No.
I'm now...
while you're catching your breath,
HIIT workouts are so good. You're going to push yourself for such a short period of time, and then you're going to allow yourself to recover.
And while you recover, here are the features, ladies and gentlemen. So you've got an auto incline system. Now, I don't like that wording, I'll be honest with you, because it doesn't automatically incline. You have to press a button. Is that right, Kelly?
Yeah.
Or does it automatically on the program's incline?
No, you will...
You press a button.
You press a button and then...
It's motorised incline.
It's motorised incline, but with some treadmills you actually have to manually incline it. There's a bar, so I think that's why it's...
Well, that's what I'm saying. This has got, you know, you press a button and it goes... Just like at the ones at the gym, a button to go up, a button to go down. There are 8 different levels. You've also got 12 preset programmes, but, you know, so you can focus on time, maybe distance or calorie goals. That's what the guided programmes help you to do. All of that's covered in the instructions. The LED display console is wonderful. Real-time tracking of speed, time, distance, calories, incline and step count. And the remote control is included. Now, you've got all the controls on the top of the bar, but do you know that having the remote control is great, because if you have the bar down, and maybe you've got this in front of a desk or something like that, where the bar is no longer accessible to you, you can still operate it because you've got the handheld remote control. Folding design, by the way, comes fully assembled, but it does fold down to a compact storage. I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk and then read what it says there at the same time, and the two are not working in cooperation with each other. What I wanted to say, if you've got maybe, I would guesstimate 4, 5, 6, maybe 6 inches of clearance under a bed, under a sofa, a little nook or a cranny somewhere, then you can store this very, very easily. Remember, it is on wheels as well, so you fold the handle down, lift it up at one end, and then you can wheel it to its position. The shock-absorbing running deck, this I can't believe at this price. I've walked on 200-300 treadmills, home treadmills, and they feel like you're walking on concrete. They're horrible. This has got a proper shock-absorbing cushioned running deck. You've got the safety tether key as well, which instantly stops the treadmill if there's an emergency. You know, you attach that to your clothes. Like I said, you've got the phone and the tablet holder, so you can, if you want to, if you've got a tablet or a phone, you can turn your workout into, as it says there, some me time. It's really good. Runs off. Look, I don't know why we've got the power source there. You plug it into the mains. It's, you know, it's a standard electricity. I don't think you're going to be taking it abroad, are you? The emergency stop key, child-safe operation as well. But obviously, when we say child, we recommend, you know, by the time they're into the double digits, and you know, if they're early double digits, then we would recommend that you do supervise them. Indoor usage, domestic use only. I don't know what that means. I mean, yeah.
Not commercial.
Oh, right, I see, yeah. So don't charge people to use it.
Yeah.
The maximum user weight is 120 kilos, which, as Kelly told us, is not just 18 stone, it's 18.9 stone. So it's nearly 19 stone, actually. And the dimensions are, again, I want you to understand, it is a treadmill. It's not a wafer-thin biscuit or a wafer-thin mint. It's 146, it's compact, it's about the footprint of a yoga mat, but it's 146 by 72 by 19 centimetres. It does weigh 38.5 kilos. But again, once you've got it in your home, you're not going to lift all of that. You're going to be just wheeling it around. You get an Allen key to tighten the belts if needed, the remote control, the safety key, and the user manual is also included. GymKitUK.com, sorry, it's gymkituk.com, $299.99, but we have slashed the price for you this evening. And GymKit UK is the official website of Renew. It's the company that basically, it's the website for the company that make these. We deal with them directly, and they have given us, or you for that matter, a very special price of $229.99. And you can spread the cost interest-free with PayPal Pay in 3 if you'd like to, $79.65 a month. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to hang out now, with the Teeter Inversion Table. If you don't know anything about inversion, why it's good for you, what it's for, etc., this is good stuff, believe me. This is doing amazing things for Kelly right now. We're going to get into all of that. But here's a little introduction from the man whose name is literally on the table, Roger Teeter, explaining a little bit more.
Hi, I'm Roger Teeter. My wife and I started the company that builds the Teeter Inversion Table in 1981. Use of the Teeter is the perfect way to make a new you for the new year. Perfect because it gets rid of stress, takes the joint pain away, improves flexibility, corrects posture, and gets you ready to do the things you really want to do in the new year, like sports, working out, or like in my case, keep up with the grandkids. Adjust it for your height. Don't forget, put the safety strap on that stops it at an angle you're comfortable with. Now, the table will not go any further than that. Step in, clamp your ankles, and then lean back and relax. Oh, no workout. This is all gain, no pain. Because you aren't doing anything, gravity is doing the whole workout for you, elongating your body, taking the pressure off those sore joints, improving flexibility. You know, you can mobilize your body a little bit to encourage it to elongate. It will elongate 1, even 2 inches, you know, and it just feels so good to get rid of the stress and be able to start an active new lifestyle. You've got to be curious what inversion could do for you. You know what gravity's doing to you. It's stealing your body shape, it's stealing your flexibility, it's stealing your height, it's stealing your posture, and it's stealing your ability to be active. This is the perfect way to make a new you for the new year in 1 minute while you kick back and enjoy a great stretch.
Now, in all honesty, if you wind the clock back to the 1990s, and you remember me from the original shopping channel, you will know that I worked with that gentleman, Roger Teeter. He was on those airwaves, and I was the inversion guy. I was the presenter who was waxing lyrical about inversion all the time. Very kindly, Roger gifted 2 tables to me. So I had one during the 90s, and when I first emigrated to America, then I came back to Britain for a short period of time, and I couldn't bring it with me, so I gave it away. When I moved back to the States, he gave me another one. So for the best part of 20 years, I used an inversion table every single day. I used it for health, I suppose, but also for relaxation, for decompressing, both mentally and physically. And for all the benefits we're about to extol. Now, if you are in rehabilitation, you may have been recommended inversion therapy. My friend had a slipped disc, he had an operation, and the doctor said to, or the hospital I think even said to him, you know, you should look into inversion therapy. And he knew me, because he's my friend, and he knew about the Teeter and ended up getting one for that very reason. Obviously, speak to your medical practitioner first. But this, no matter what age you are, no matter what sort of sex, creed, colour, religion, it doesn't. It is an equal opportunities benefiter. It really is. Whether you're super duper fit, you can do the hardest sit up in the world on this thing. And also, if you are of a certain age, in your twilight years, and you just want to help yourself feel a lot better in all the ways we're about to describe, it could be great for you too. And if you're not sure if it's right for you, then you can always send the link from our website to your doctor or your physio or your medical practitioner, whatever you need to do to make up your mind to know this is what you want. Feel free to do so.
Yeah,
but
there are some people that we would recommend this isn't right for. So,
and those are?
So anybody that maybe has high blood pressure,
heart issues.
or heart issues, or maybe glaucoma or something that's pressure around the eyes.
Yes.
If you've got any stress fractures or anything like that, we would avoid.
Yeah. If you've got a person growing in your belly.
Again,
probably not.
Would not recommend.
No. After,
this could be. This could be the one.
So, what are the broad benefits of inversion?
Okay, so we know that we've got compression acting on the body, or acting on the spine all day.
Yeah.
Every single moment of the day, we've got we've got load working on the body, and that's what can cause us some discomfort sometimes. So this is a way that we can use gravity to its benefit.
Yes.
And we can use it as a kind of passive form of traction, basically. It's going to allow us to create space within the spine. So all of a sudden you can see when we're turning upside down, what is happening is we are lengthening through the spine. We're elongating through the spine. So all of a sudden the vertebrae and the discs, maybe where they've been compressed, they've been pushing together. Maybe you're finding that the discs are getting stiff. You're losing some of the fluid within there. That's why people end up getting smaller over the years, because the discs degenerate. It could be that maybe you're...
Well, here, look at this. So this is the ageing spine.
So this is a perfect example of, from the age of 30, we lose half an inch in height every 10 years. And that is could be because of that degeneration of the discs. We're losing muscular strength. We're unable to keep ourselves in that great kind of postural position. But you can also see there that, because we've lost that fluid in the disc, flexibility in the discs.
It's the shock absorption in your bones, isn't it, really?
We then become in that more forward position. So we want to find a way that we can get that fluid back into the discs, so we can rehydrate them, so we can keep them cushioned and keep them plump. So that avoids the chances of us getting those kind of trapped nerve roots and just allows us to stay in that better postural position.
Right. Speaking of back,
this
spine's hurting,
temporarily
go on.
could be one of those ways.
This is one thing I always used to say to people, if you don't mind, if I may interject briefly. If you don't believe how much force is being exerted upon you every single day, at sea level, one atmosphere is roughly a ton of pressure all around you. Now, our bodies are built to resist that, our capillaries and all that, they stop us from being, squished. But it's still a lot of pressure on you, and gravity, the force of... Well, gravity isn't a force, actually. But anyway, gravity working on you all day long when you are vertical or seated. Sitting's actually worse than standing. Lying down is only getting 25%, or it's still 25% as bad as standing, isn't it, is what I'm trying to say. So if you don't believe any of that, here's what I recommend you do. Kelly's probably done this. I know I have. When you wake up in the morning, and maybe do this, or do it the other way around. If you want to do it, measure yourself, measure your height before you go to bed. Okay? And when you wake up, measure your height again. You will be taller in the morning. Honestly, in some cases it could be, I've got an inch before, maybe even more. Because as you're being compressed throughout the day, you get shorter. And then when you sleep at night, you decompress to a certain degree. Nowhere near as much as you'll decompress on this, I don't think. But you will be taller in the morning. Now, then you kind of go, oh, my God, he was right. And then you want to come back, if we've got the stock of it, come back later today and get one. For that alone, because it's not just, I mean, this is actually a registered medical device, but it's not just for medical purposes. We're going to show you ways you can relax. I mean, oh my God, I used to be on this thing sometimes for half an hour, and stick a bit of Enya on, and I would just rock backwards and forwards on it, and oh my gosh, it's one of the most relaxing things you could possibly do. But to walk us through all the benefits for everybody of every age.
I'm going to step out of it for a second so that we can take you from the beginning. But what we've got is a kind of passive tool to allow us to stretch and elongate the body. So instead of you having to do a million stretches to try and stretch your back and not know how to do it, to release the tension temporarily into the muscles in the back, to try and rehydrate those discs temporarily as well, to create space kind of between the vertebrae. How do you do that, you know, in normal cases?
If you are someone who is super fit and goes to the gym a lot and things like that, or plays sports and what have you, is this a good way to stretch and then you know,
post-workout.
Warm down, post-workout as well.
Post-workout, this would be fantastic for many different reasons. A, you haven't then got to think about a million different stretches that you need to do to open up the body, because arms are overhead, you're opening up chest. You're opening up the hip flexors, you're taking pressure off the joints. What you're also doing is, because this has possibly got lymphatic benefits, you are able to kind of
what does that mean,
flush some of those toxins. So when we're exercising, what we then end up having is kind of that kind of waste as a result of
toxic build-up in your body, basically.
Exactly, as a kind of inflammation as a result of the workout that we do. So with lymphatic drainage, this allows us to remove that, or kind of encourage that removal.
Well, because so there are two sort of systems in your body that are similar in many ways. your cardiovascular system, which is it's literally your heart is pumping blood around your body. The lymphatic drainage, the toxins, there are channels in the body to drain that away, but there is no pump, so it's done by movement, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's our calf muscle that pumps it back up and out of the body.
Yeah, so this can help.
We're upside down, so we're giving it that boost. We're encouraging.
It's like getting the last drop of ketchup out the bottle, isn't it?
It really is. That's a good analogy.
Thank you.
But there's so many benefits. I was actually not reading at all. I was listening to a number of podcasts on by different biohackers. So people like Joe Rogan, who is massively an advocate for Teeter, been using it for a number of years because he's been doing jiu-jitsu for 20 years, had a number of back issues. So he discovered Teeter and he's been using it to help him kind of improve his spine health. But there were a couple of others. I won't name them because I can't remember them, if I'm honest. But they were the CEO of Bulletproof. So
Brian, I can't think of his name. Yes, I know who you mean. Yeah,
Greenway or something like that. He was talking about how he would use it for, or how he liked it for, kind of lymphatic benefits.
Dave Asprey.
Oh, Dave Asprey was one of them. So the other person was the one that was talking about it for blood flow to the brain and cognitive benefits.
Yeah, clarity. So when you're upside down, or you don't have to be fully upside down, we're going to cover this in a minute, because if you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's a bit scary hanging upside down, even at 30 degrees there are massive benefits. We're going to show you that, and you can limit how far you go back, or you can go all the way but you're in control. This turns you into a fulcrum. You set your height and then your weight is in the middle, and by just changing the centre of balance, which is literally moving an arm or two, it will allow you to move backwards and forwards. So you are completely and utterly in control. But one of the things I used to love, I'd get on it every morning and invert for a little bit, because you get a rush of fresh, an oxygen wash to the brain.
Yeah.
And for me, it just felt like it was the equivalent of having a cup of coffee or an energy drink, but it's nature's energy,
natural kind of caffeine hit, isn't it? But the thing is, we're not asking you to be on here for a large amount of time. A couple of minutes a day is all that you need to be on here. It's about frequency, not necessarily duration.
Although I tell you, you're going to love it so much. You try to get me off it once I'm on it.
And that's
Seriously.
it, it's choice. It's,
Yeah,
if it's something that you're enjoying, then of course, and it is very relaxing, so you will enjoy it, and it is all about...
I'd be lying if I said I hadn't fallen asleep on it on occasions.
But this is, the other thing is, it kind of can... switch that kind of parasympathetic nervous system on as well, which is your rest and digest, so your calming system. So that's what you were feeling when you went into that calming kind of
when
stress-free...
I rock backwards and forwards, I think it mimics when your mother used to sort of cradle you as a baby
cradling.
and stuff like that. Yeah, it's very nice. It's like me being a big baby. Yeah.
Well...
Some days I'd get on, put my nappy on. No, I didn't. Do you know what I used to do? But the first one I got because Home Shopping Network was in Florida, and I was working for HSN, and that's where I met Roger. And well, I met him in the UK first, but I worked with him again in. It's where he gave me a machine in Florida. I had one in England, then one in Florida. Maybe I had 3. Oh no, I did move it with me after that. Anyway, sorry. But the point I was going to make was
Stop showing off.
In my
three Teeters.
I know. I think was it 4 or was it 3? My apartment building. I would often go out to the pool and have a little dip, or the hot tub, you know, and sit and what have you. And I'd do that almost daily, you know, because it's Florida. And then when I would go back in and I would dry myself off, and I would usually, while I was still in my trunks or whatever, I would step cautiously or sensibly onto the Teeter.
And this is it.
And I do it before I go to bed as well. It helps me get off just like that.
It's about finding the ways that it will fit into your life. But I think the thing is, the minute you feel the benefits from it, you know, the reason that you probably will be considering something like this is because maybe you've felt some discomfort, or maybe you're feeling, maybe it's a preventative,
a pre-existing condition,
or maybe you're looking to prevent something like that happening or getting worse.
The thing is, it is preventative. You can start using this, you know, when you're young, because gravity is, you know, unless they discover gravitons and you put them in a bag or something, your gravity's always working on you. As they say, everything over the years heads south. This, you're turning upside down. So now everything is gravity's working for you. It's essentially reversing the sort of the ill effects that it has put upon you for the majority of your life. So if you look at aging spines and things like that, this can be used as a preventative measure. It's like a dose of anti-gravity once or a few times a day to help counteract all of that. And
to replenish and rehydrate those discs. You know, it's temporary, but so is brushing our teeth temporary. You know, it's a build-up, it's a maintenance program.
I mean, that's sleep. So I didn't realise this. When you're standing up, obviously there's a lot of pressure on all your bones and your spine, your internal organs and everything, and your muscles and such. But when you're sitting down, this shocked me. Tell everyone how bad it is when you're sitting down.
So we think about, you know, sitting down as taking a load off, don't we? So we assume that it's going to be better for us. But actually it's 2.5 times the standing pressure.
So it's worse. 2.5
So it's 2.5 times worse than standing pressure.
And then you think you go lie down and go to sleep at night.
Yeah, so you think when you're lying down, you're taking complete pressure off the body and that you're completely decompressing. No, you've still got 25% compression on the body when you're sleeping.
On this,
you are 60%. So we have an angled tether strap on here that allows us to kind of preset the angle from either so you can see it's got like a kind of a metal bit on there. So it allows us to just predetermine 20, 40, or 60 degrees. So when we've got it on that full length, that is 60 degrees, and it won't go any further than that. Now, 60 degrees is that magic number, because that is when the body is at as near kind of fully decompressed.
Yeah, sort of, almost zero, not zero G, but zero compression.
Yeah. And we're not asking you to go to the 90 degrees is when you're fully inverted.
Which you can do,
you can.
if you want.
It's you may well build up to it, but you don't need to.
No.
You don't. That is a choice. But at that point, that is when you are fully decompressed. or as near to fully decompression. So that's when you're getting those incredible benefits of kind of relaxing tense muscles. And if you feel that tension in your body all the time, you are going to welcome that temporary relaxation. Maybe it's you feeling that the discs, you're just not, they're getting stiffer, and what we want to do is kind of encourage them to rehydrate as often as possible, because that stops that chance of that degeneration happening over time.
What we'll do is in a moment we're going to show, first of all, we want you to hear from some people who've used this and love it, but we'll show you how to set it up, what to do, and we'll talk safety as well, because when it comes to the safety of inversion tables, there are others out there, but there is not one that comes close to being as safe and well constructed as the Teeter. This is the number one. And by the way, you can only get this particular model either from us or from Teeter online. If you go to Teeter online, it's £100 more. So look, I could sit here and talk all day and wax lyrical all day about the benefits of this, and actually probably so could these people.
When I first saw the Teeter on TV, I wasn't quite sure about it. I almost thought it was a gimmick. I had no idea that the Teeter was going to be that effective on me. I was amazed with the very first day I used it, it was day and night difference for me. Felt like I was recharged, energetic, and ready to go back out and do whatever I was doing earlier that day. The more I use it, the more I enjoy it, and the more I think it helps me.
It's very relaxing, it's very centering. I sleep through the night, I don't wake up constantly. I'm not afraid to take a dance class or to take a yoga class, you know. I feel like I can do normal activities that other people my age are doing, and that gives me hope.
To describe the way it feels when you actually use the Teeter is just pure freedom of knowing that something in your back is getting better. Everything says that this seems like it should be wrong, but it feels so right.
When I got my Teeter, that's when it all changed for me. And the more I worked my back, the more relief my back gave me. And that's when I knew that this machine really works. It's so simple and yet so effective. If it wasn't for the Teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It put the smile back on my face.
It is this smooth, just seamless machine. Having my back feel good on a regular basis is priceless. You know, age is just, it really is just a number. It's how you feel. I feel like I gained like 10 years back onto my life. You know, I feel like, hey, you know, I can be in my dance class with the 20-somethings and feel good again, you know.
There are, I would imagine, thousands and thousands and thousands of people who would swear by this. I do. The minute I'm...
So
actually, what's the maximum user weight again? 3 million users. Well, 3 million purchasers of Teeter. Wow.
And if you think that, you know, in a home, probably... well, a home or a business, whatever, however they've decided to kind of purchase it for. That didn't even make sense.
Yeah, I think I know what you meant.
You can tell it's getting really early in the morning.
They were all the right words, just not necessarily
just
in the
wrong
right order. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What I was trying to say so badly there was they have sold over 3 million Teeter tables or Teeter products, but in every home, probably more than one person is using it.
It's a whole family device,
a whole family, and maybe if it's been bought for commercial reasons, then your customers may well have been using it.
Because actually a lot of people do buy them.
It may be 3, 4, 5 million people that have used and tried a Teeter.
I know people who bought one and had their own little sort of home practice. You know, people come round and use it and, you know, have a little session and what have you. Let's talk...
A friend of mine comes round to use mine.
Oh, no, this is the thing. Once you've got one in your home, just hide it away, because people, if you get visitors, they're like, oh, can I have a go?
Yeah, they don't want to come see you.
No.
They want to come and hang out on your Teeter table.
Yeah. Let's talk safety, and then we'll show everybody, because it comes almost completely assembled. There's actually an app that will show you how to assemble the last few parts.
It comes 85% assembled. There is a little bit of assembly, but it's minimal, and what I love about this is what you've just mentioned, is you've got that built app, which basically gives you lots of instructional kind of videos to show you step by step. And if you're a visual person, like I definitely am, then you need, you know, I need to see exactly
how to do it. But it honestly, it's really goof-proof.
Yeah, it really is. But what I also love is once you've got it set up and you're then Like, what do I do? Well, you know, if you're not recording this, what do you know? You want to know that somebody is holding your hand through that process. And Teeters say, "We've got your back." That's one of their slogans. We've got your back. And they really have, because with the Move app, that is all about showing you how to use it to its full potential, so that you get the most out of this.
And that's on Android app, iPhone, all of the different, you know,
definitely.
So it's a modern app.
So it's accessible through Android and Apple. So it's simple, it's easy to use. They're giving you the ability to follow their guides.
Yes, yes.
But when you get this home, it's also only kind of 3 things that you need to do in order to start using it anyway.
Sure,
3 steps.
Yeah.
So the first thing that
3 steps to heaven.
The first thing that you'll do is adjust the height.
Right.
So you can see you've got the height adjustment there, and it's on a pin lock-in system. It's actually on Rob's side. So you're just going to pull out the pin to release it, and then you can adjust that height to the height that is right for you. Now, what I would say is your height that you are is a guide. Now, because, you know, you mentioned earlier about this being like a fulcrum system.
Yes.
So it's all about weight distribution. That's why this allows you to move up, kind of upside down and back. So if you have longer legs, you're going to want to, obviously, most of your weight's going to be through this side, so you need to create more length this side. So what you're going to do then is shorten it by maybe an inch or 2. So if you're 6'2", you might do it at 6 foot, because that will shorten the legs and longer the body.
Some people have longer torsos than legs. But the thing is, you'll get on it, and if you don't go back, then you know you need to adjust it.
You need to adjust.
You'll suck it in. And also, I'll tell you this, if you use it in the morning, then you won't need to adjust it as much. But if you use it at night, when you've been on your feet all day, after you've used it for a while, suddenly you're going to start decompressing, and the centre of gravity will change. You might actually, sometimes I'd have to get off it and then adjust it briefly and get back on it again.
Yeah, so there is maybe a little bit of adjustment. So that's the first thing you do. The other thing you need to do is just make sure you've preset your tether strap to the angle that you want. So 20, 40, 60 degrees. This is a great safety feature, because it means you're never going to go into that full inversion. And when you're first starting out, I would suggest you don't kind of get a bit overzealous with it. You know, your body needs to adapt to this.
But you always think you're going further than you are.
Yeah, you do.
Just, once you get used to it, honestly, it's
you'll love it.
A few minutes on it, and you know you'll be rocking away,
You'll love it.
Yes.
And you set that tether strap through. There is like a little kind of ring at the back there, and you just put the carabiner clip through there.
Yeah. And eventually you can take the strap off completely, because you're in complete control, as Kelly is going to show you.
Yeah. And then the next thing you do, in order to get on, you're going to hold on to the handle, and you're going to step across. Bottom goes into the backrest there, and we've got that kind of comfort track backrest, which allows you to get that kind of full decompression and slide. But we've also got those ergo embrace kind of ankle kind of cups that sit comfortably. They hug your ankles.
Yes.
So,
and also, if you've got deeper shoes or bigger feet, you can bottom rest. You can
ankle dial.
Yeah, you can dial it. You can change it the angle or turn it around so it's shallower or deeper.
Yeah, it's got a low or a high, so that what you want to do is just make sure that the smallest part of your ankle is within these cups. So if you need to shift up a little bit, you might need it on the high, or vice versa.
And then?
So then you've got the pin lock-in system. You're just going to release it, make sure that it's locked into place, and I can see it's firmly locked into place.
Nice. And are you feeling snug?
I'm feeling very snug.
Excellent.
I'm pushing against it to make sure that legs are really firmly secure. Leaning back, and then from here it's all controlled
with your arm.
With my arms. So this is where we go, okay, you know, you feel like you're a lot further back. And you're actually not. But the minute
even at that,
both hands go down, that's when you are kind of in that full position. But then I can bring myself back up using my hands or bending my knees slightly.
But also eventually you're going to get into this Zen place where it's almost like you're conducting in the air, because it's micro movements of your arms. You have complete control, and you'll get a feel for it very, very quickly. So you can't fall back too fast, because if you start going back too fast, you just bring your arms forward again, and it will immediately counteract.
It does. You feel completely in control the whole time.
Yeah.
But you just feel that tension being released out of the body.
It's a unique experience, isn't it?
Anything that's going to just give the body a break.
Have you ever... I do this because I tend to sit up in bed, because at the moment, when I'm working, so I have a room in a house in Warrington, and I don't have a sofa, so I've just got a bed. You know, it's a bed sit, basically. So I sit on the bed, and then when I lie down, that release of pressure on the spine is close to, you know, it feels very good. And so this is just a massive exaggeration of that, because whether you are standing, whether you are sitting, or whether you are lying, this is going to help you decompress more than any other method that I know of.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It feels really good.
Well, I think, you know, the other things that you can compare kind of decompression to are, let's think, maybe yoga. Something like that. Some of the postures are maybe downward dog, deputy dog. They're kind of meant to be decompression, but they're not fully, because you are pushing through the shoulders.
Before we run out of time, we've only got about a minute. Very quickly, tell us about safety.
OK, so...
Got a minute, go.
So, in terms of safety, these Teeter are the #1, and they're #1 for the reason of the fact that they've been around 45 years, and the quality and the materials that are used are second to none.
So they tested theirs up to how many rotations?
It was meant to be tested up to 30,000 rotations. It was further tested to 40,000 rotations.
And they gave up.
And they gave up.
And what about the competitors?
They failed at 4,000. Not just one competitor model out there, 5 competitor models.
Failed?
Failed at 4,000 rotations.
As in, if you were on it, it would have collapsed and you could have hurt yourself.
Teeter are 10 times stronger than competitor models, and that is why they are the market leader. And they last, you know,
decades potentially.
Yeah, we worked out.
Guaranteed they've got a 5-year guarantee, but they will last you your life, really.
Well, we were saying 40,000 rotations. You use it maybe once, twice a day. A couple of rotations. That's 30 years, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? I know. Yeah. They are. I think the best. They are brilliant. Get it now, $279.99. Stay tuned. We've got lots more still to come here on Shop on TV. We'll see you right after this.
At Shop on TV, our goal is to provide you with the best shopping experience possible. Our team of shopping experts is dedicated to sourcing the latest, greatest and most desirable products at the lowest prices available, delivering them to you quickly and conveniently, and ensuring your complete satisfaction. We're passionate about maintaining the highest standards of quality and service every step of the way, from design to dispatch. You'll find us on ITV1 and STV from midnight to 3 a.m, Freeview channel 89 from midnight to 6 p.m, and on YouTube at Shop on TV Live. Our daily broadcasts are your TV window into the global marketplace, presenting you with a collection of carefully curated must-have items, demonstrated by our on-air team with honesty, integrity and trust. Plus, there's even more in our online store at shopontv.co.uk. So when it's time to shop, shop on TV.
You are watching Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with an E, and the wonderful Kelly Carey is here as well, and she's got a mill that she's treading on, and boy is it a good one. It's from Renew. We've got a fabulous price of $229.99. You can spread the cost as well with PayPal Pay in 3, down from $299.99. This has got it all. This is all singing, all dancing, all the bells and whistles, isn't it?
It really is. It's feature-packed. It's got everything that, you know, so much versatility, everything that you could possibly need in a treadmill, but wrapped up in a really lovely kind of smaller footprint, so it's not going to get in the way. But, you know, think about the things that you might want at a treadmill. You want the ability
to potentially simulate going up a hill. This has got 8 levels of incline. So
it's got
when you
incline
want
at
to
229.99.
Yeah, 8
so
levels.
manual incline.
This isn't manual incline. This has got motorised incline in
It's
there.
got 8 levels of motorised incline for at this price. I can't believe that.
So there you go. So just
it's
by
quiet as well.
touch of a button, I'm able to move through those 8 different levels of incline. So
Wow.
that's going to allow me to intensify my workout without running. But if I wanted to run,
you can.
I can, because this goes up to 12 kilometres.
So you could start out at 1 kilometre an hour. So you could, if you're infirm, if you're of a certain age, you're not particularly mobile. This is a great way to start, but all the way up to somebody who's uber fit and wants to run at quite a clip.
Definitely.
You know, all the family can use this, really, can't they?
This is going to work for kind of pretty much everybody in your family.
Yeah.
You've got safety features on there. You know, you're talking about maybe somebody. I'm going to just pop this down a bit.
Sure, yeah.
Somebody who is recuperating from injury, or maybe a little bit later in life, they just want to keep active.
Yeah.
You know that you've got that stability of the handrail there.
And by the way, may I?
Yeah.
I mean, this thing is really, really sturdy. I've seen, you know, cheap or affordable treadmills, you know, more than this money, with a pole or a bar that goes, and you know, I wouldn't trust them.
No.
You know what I mean? But this thing ain't going anywhere.
No, I love how this has been designed. I love, even just to, as we talked about earlier, the fact that the actual buttons are within
raised.
kinds of...
Yeah.
They're raised,
yeah.
but they're big, they're clear, they're easy to use, they're not overly complicated.
Easy to find, because also they're tactile. So you know, because you can put a tablet or a phone in here as well if you want to, and I can show you that. You just literally slot it in. But if you're engrossed in your favourite soap, if you're running and you can't really sort of look down, you can find the buttons very easily just by
you want things to be. You want to be able to adjust easily, don't you?
Yeah.
And this does. It's very responsive.
Yeah.
So we're able to move. You know, we're able to increase speed from here. We're able to change maybe it's the stats. You want to measure steps instead of time.
Yeah,
we
it's
can
all
change
down there,
that.
isn't it? Yeah.
It might be that you want to program. Maybe you want a little bit more motivation. It's
there are 12 programs
12
built
different
in.
programs. So they're like little high-intensity interval training programs.
So what does it do? Adjust the speed and the inclination, not inclination, the incline, sorry.
Yeah, it's just a way of kind of shocking the body. But also what it's doing is it's just challenging your heart rate, challenging your body a little bit more, so the body has to work a little bit harder.
Well, I mean, the thing is also, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, the government recommend how much we're supposed to walk every week?
150 minutes of moderate exercise.
Yeah.
So it's not just walking, it could be any type of exercise, but they want you to get a little bit puffy.
But the fact is that, like, if you're my size now, I mean, I'm on my journey of getting rid of all of this again. I'm 4 stone in. I got heavy. I've still got 5 to go. So walking I can do. And walking, it kind of rewards you because it's something you can do, most people can do. You feel like you've actually done something positive. And also, because it's aerobic exercise, it's helping to strengthen your heart, it's helping to strengthen your muscles, it's giving you massive benefits without you having to run or sprint or do all of the really hard stuff. And most people can get that level of benefit right now, and when you've got one of these in your home, there's no excuse. If it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's windy,
and it's that catalyst for
change. The aliens have landed. It doesn't matter. You can still get on your treadmill.
Yeah, it's that domino effect, isn't it? You start somewhere, and all of a sudden you start putting in other good habits as well.
Yeah.
But it is about finding that starting point, and this is perfect because whether you are capable of maybe doing 2 kilometres per hour. That's where you start.
Well, do you remember there was a lady at the channel we used to work for back in the day who could barely walk? Do you remember this lady?
I do. I went to her 70th.
Do you remember her name?
Jenny.
Jenny. And she could barely... So she started out really slowly. But I tell you what, your body, generally most bodies respond to exercise very well, and it doesn't take long to start to get improvements. And within, how long was it? She was...
Well, it was over a period of time, but she used to put us to shame because she'd come in and she'd look at her watch and she'd go, I've done 20,000 steps today. And it wasn't just once. No. She had built up such a fitness, and also she wasn't a naturally kind of, she wasn't a natural exerciser. It wasn't something that she'd enjoyed doing before her hip issues.
That's right, she had hip issues, didn't she? And she was almost completely debilitated.
Oh, so it wasn't hip, it was knee, wasn't it? She'd had a knee replacement.
My mum had both her knees done, and I think she's had, I think actually both her hips too. And you always say when it comes to recuperating, they want you to get up and move around.
Yeah, there's no lying around.
No,
get up, get
obviously
moving.
listen to your medical professional and what their advice is. I don't think any doctor is ever going to say walking's bad for you, except under very rare circumstances. And the fact is that maybe you live in an area where it's not particularly safe. Maybe you're in a concrete jungle and it's not particularly pretty. You know, here, you're in the comfort of your own home. One of the things I can guarantee with this treadmill is that when you finish your walk or your run, you'll be in exactly the same place you started. You won't have gone for a street, as I used to do when I was younger, go for a run on the streets, and then you get puffed out, especially when you're not particularly fit, and you go, oh, crikey, I can't do anymore. And then you realise you're a mile away from the house, and you got to walk back. No such problems with a treadmill.
No, this is it. I think, for me, having something in my home just removes any barriers. It removes any excuses for me. Because if I haven't got time, the first thing, or I'm short of time in a day, the first thing that's going to go is my exercise.
Sure.
However, if I've got something in my home, then I will fit it in while the kids are having their breakfast. I'll fit it in while the dinner's cooking, because I haven't got to get to a gym. No. I haven't got to get dressed to get out. Well, I can make it work for my lifestyle.
You could literally wheel it in front of the telly if you want to while you're watching one of your favourite programmes.
I would say let it live in front of the television.
Yeah.
Because it's not a big space, so it might be that you'll have it underneath the sofa and you just bring it out. But the more that you see it, the more you won't ignore it. It's like a big red kind of sign telling you to get on it.
Sorry, I'm looking around. I'm just wondering if our floor manager's got a tape measure, because I want to measure the clearance. We'll see if he has. If he has, great. If not, don't worry about it. But yeah, it's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 or 5 or 6 inches. I'll tell you in a sec. And so there's once you put the bar down, the profile's very low. So if you've got that sort of clearance under your sofa, under your bed, because a lot of people have these in their bedrooms if there's room over by the closet or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, first thing in the morning or last thing at night.
We did have some images, I think, of seeing it slot underneath the sofa.
Yeah, possibly. We'll see if we can fish them out.
We've got them. But this
may have been a different model.
But there is, you know, if you've just got a slightly raised sofa, this is going to fit perfectly underneath it.
Yeah. We're about to find out. Sam, our floor manager's about to rush in a tape measure.
I think he said it was 19 centimetres on the dims, didn't it, when it was on the features?
19 centimetres. Yeah.
I think that would have been the height.
We haven't got time to debate it, but here, thank you.
We shall see.
This is the bit I'm talking about. Where are we? Here. So, can we see what that is? It's about... I don't know if we've got a camera on. Hold on one sec. It's not a lot. I don't think it's 19 centimetres, or is it? No. It's about 10 centimetres. Can you see, Kelly? It's about 10 centimetres. 8, 9, 10 centimetres?
17.
What, 17? 6 inches. 6.5 inches. 17 centimetres.
Yeah, I would say
so that's the only sort of clearance that you need on you. Yeah. So maybe that was the 19 centimetres after all that. That just wasted a whole load of time. Sorry about that. So now you notice here that also Kelly's standing on the side. So you've got those sort of the rims on the side that you can, if you need to get off at any point, the phone rings, the door goes.
Yeah, you've got standing rails there. You know, you've got some great safety features on here. You've got the safety clip there that's great, so that at any point, if you slipped or stumbled, this would detach and it would allow the belt to come to a really steady stop. And I'll show you, I'll prove that to you.
Yeah, sure.
Some can be a bit jolty
jolty,
this is really smooth. But the reason I've just I've stepped onto the side rails was because one of the biggest things is when you're on a treadmill and the phone rings, and it might be your kid's school or something like that, and you can't ignore it, or it might be work, or husband or wife are calling, or maybe somebody's knocked on the door, and you're kind of in the middle of your run, you've got all that data there, and you don't want to lose it. You've got the pause feature on here, so all of that information has been captured. You hop off, you do what you've got to do, hop back on,
carry on where you left off.
And you carry on. So just by pressing start now, it's going to count down for 3 seconds.
So if you've got a time goal or a calorie goal or a distance goal...
This is it. And you can set all of those goals using the mode button as well. So that will allow you to do
take that off. Again, that's optional. You can put your device in there if you want to.
But we were talking about the fact that that emergency...
Oh, yeah, there you go. Right. Literally, it stops it. It doesn't stop it to the point where it catapults you off the back.
No.
It kind of slows down promptly.
Yes. But and what that then does is... So I would always hold on to the handrail anyway if you're unsteady on your feet, because that is going to help you to build your confidence. But... also, if you've got small children in your house that if your back is turned, they're going to want to be on here, then what you can do is make sure that this is hidden at all times. So you can pop it into a drawer, because it won't work without it.
Brilliant idea. I love the fact that, no matter what fitness level, if you're a family and you've got some older members of the family who are not particularly agile, this is a great way to help keep you flexible, keep you mobile, all that sort of thing, build up your level of fitness. But if you have got teenagers or people who are playing football or rugby or whatever it may be, gymnastics, I mean, you name it, they can go full pelt on this if they want to. And everybody can have a go, everybody can use it. And I like the fact that also, so for me, for example, I'm in the middle of losing all the excess fat again. I've done it many times. I've gone up 100 pounds, down 100 pounds, and many, many times. But when I'm in my sort of uber fit mode, I run at 6 miles an hour for an hour, so that's 6 miles, and I do that 5 or 6 days a week. And I love it. I get to that point where there's the runner's high and all that sort of thing. But when I start, when I'm usually a few stone overweight, I can't run for love nor blooming money, love. So I'm walking, and then I build up my walk, and I get faster and faster, and I usually walk at about 4 kilometres an hour. 4 miles an hour. I'm old school, sorry. You'll have to translate that into kilometres. But then I build, and I get fitter and fitter and fitter, and then I can run for a little bit and then walk. Then I can run more, and then I can walk. Then I can run even more and then walk. And then eventually, before the running takes over the walking, and usually within about sort of 3 months, 4 months, I'm running at 6 miles an hour, and I'm running for 6 miles. So you can really start from nothing, from totally unfit, sort of flabby, you name it. And if you incorporate exercise into your weight loss goals, because it's not so much about what it's burning, it's about increasing your metabolism, isn't it? And your resting heart rate and all of that kind of stuff. And we all know exercise is generally good for you. And
also if it's about building muscle. Because that's where we're going to get the better metabolic benefits.
You know the biggest muscle that you want to exercise, Kelly?
Is our heart. It is
it's
our
on
heart.
The other side.
But, but the other one is also for posture, for helping to support the back. Also, the biggest muscle for burning is our glutes. So if you go into incline, we can work and strengthen glutes as well.
Glutes are thigh muscles, is that right?
Your bottom.
Oh, the bum.
Your bottom.
Is that right?
I may have got my heart wrong. I knew where my glutes were.
Yes, Kelly, she can find her bottom, but not her heart.
It's there anyway. It's there.
220. Actually, it's kind of sort of in the middle, isn't it?
It is in the middle.
229.99, ladies and gentlemen, down from 299.99. Obviously, you need to check out. You can spread the cost as well, interest-free, $79.65 a month if you decide to use PayPal Pay in 3. You do that online. Here are all the features. It's got so much. Honestly, we deal directly with Renew. They are a premium brand, but at phenomenal prices, because our relationship with them is wonderful, and that's why we're able to get you all these feature-rich benefits for a fraction of the cost. Things like, now I'm sort of being I'm being a pain in the backside. I don't like the word auto because it doesn't automatically incline. You control it. It is motorised, and it's a good quality motor. It's quiet. You've got 8 levels of dynamic incline that simulate real-world terrain, so you can push your fitness journey to new heights. Now, I suppose it is automatic if you select a program, then and it's part of the program, then yes, it will automatically incline, but you can manually incline in 8 different steps. 12 preset programs as well, so whether your goals are time, distance or calorie burning, the guided programs can help you stay focused, committed, inspired and interested, actually, because they're sort of somewhat unpredictable. You don't know what's coming next, and that can just make it easier to sort of keep going, really. The LED display console is very clear, very concise. It's a very good quality display, and that gives you real-time tracking of speed, time, distance, calories, incline and step count. You get a remote control, so if you fold the bar down, let's say you want to use this if you've got a standing desk, you can wheel this up to it and you can be on the treadmill while you're working at your desk. But obviously if you put the bar down, you haven't got the buttons, so you've got a handheld remote control. That is included as well. All of that, and I want you to know, I'll give you the sort of sizes again in a second, but it's a completely folding design. So it's compact storage. We worked out it's about 17 or 18, it's about 19 centimetres, isn't it, tall? With the foot lock latch for secure portability. And by the way, we'll show you in a moment, but the latch is and the sort of the knobs, the dials, whatever you want to call them, they're a great size. So they're really, everything's really tactile, everything's really easy to operate. Nothing fiddly. Also, this is a big one. A lot of affordable treadmills in this price range, they feel like you're walking on concrete. This has got a fantastic shock-absorbing running deck that is smoother, it's quieter, and it's kinder to your joints. It's sort of cushioned, really, which means you can train longer and feel stronger. You don't, feel like you're sort of hurting your feet or your bones or your muscles and things like that. You've got the safety tether key that Kelly was showing you that instantly stops the treadmill, and as I mentioned, the phone or tablet holder, so you can turn your workout into me time, stream your favourite shows, playlist or podcasts, and let the minutes fly by. And so the actual sizes of it was 146 centimetres. Look, this graphic has got information on it that power source, it's electricity. You plug it into the wall. Safety features, we mentioned the emergency stop key for child-safe operation, and also, as Kelly said, you can hide that key if you want, and then no one can use it without your say-so or without your knowing. Indoor domestic use only. Obviously it's not designed for commercial use. 120 kilos, 18 stone is the maximum user weight, but actually 120 kilos is 18.9 stone. So it's actually really, it's nigh on 19 stone. Dimensions 146 by 72 by 19. That's not including the bar, is it? So that's what you were right, and it didn't occur to me before that it was without the bar. So 19 centimetres of clearance, which is about 6.5 inches, 7 to be safe, if you want to shove it under the sofa or under the bed. 38.5 kilos is the total weight, but obviously it's got wheels on it, so you're never going to be lifting the whole 38, or shouldn't ever be lifting the whole 38.5 kilos. You just lift one end of it, so it's a part of the weight, and then the rest is, it's easy to manoeuvre. You get an Allen key if you need to tighten up the belt, a remote control, as we've mentioned, the safety key, and a really good user manual that explains everything. It's fabulous.
It does.
And I tell you what, I am nothing if not shallow. I'm all about looks, baby. Ironically, looking like this. I honestly love the design aesthetic. It's very modern. It's just beautiful. It's so well designed. Renew, I mean, it's premium. That, you've got the aluminium poles, the rubberized handles, and there's nothing chintzy or cheap on this. It's all premium design, isn't it?
No, do you know what? And you feel the quality when you're on here.
And hear it.
It's not just how it looks, it's how it actually operates. It operates smoothly.
Yes.
Moving through any of the different programs, moving through the different modes is easy, simple and very smooth transition. When you're on here, it feels incredibly comfortable. There is a natural cushioning and give to it because it's got that shock absorption system in there.
You've got safety features in here so that you feel secure when you're on here. The handrail, the safety cord, the fact you've got the standing kind of platform area around the sides of it. You know, you've got as we've mentioned time and time again, but I don't know any other treadmill that has given 8 levels of kind of motorised incline.
Not at that
price.
Not without pulling out a thingy and you know.
Yeah, you have to manually kind of lift the... When I've done treadmills in the past, for more than this, I've had to manually go round, lift the front end of the treadmill up and slot a bar underneath, and that's what's held it up. And then when you want it to go down, you have to take the bar out. It's a really complicated manual process. This is automated. This allows you to go up to 12 kilometres.
Are you feeling...
So you walk, you run, you incline, you know, you have choice with this.
Are you feeling sporty?
Can we
start with 1 kilometre? Finish the word, Rob. 1 kilometre. So if your doctor said do some walking, but you can only go really slowly. 1 kilometre per hour. I mean, that is, and if you're elderly, if you're infirm, and you've got something to hold on to that's really sturdy as well.
And maybe your doctor or your physiotherapist has said to you, you know, really focus on lifting those legs up. Use the hip flexors, use the core to drive those knees up. This allows you to do it, but you can see it's nice and smooth. You've got none of that worry about, you know, uneven surfaces. No worries about being outside in the dark if you've got to, wet weather and slippiness.
No, safety.
What you've got is safety and consistency with this. You know exactly what you're getting every time you get on here.
So let's go to a brisk walk, because you can go from that to a...
So let's do it.
Get your heart rate up. They always say that the best
let's
aerobic...
do about 6.
Yeah, the best aerobic exercise is when you can hold a conversation, but you're just a little bit out of breath. Is that right?
You can't sing.
Oh, is that right?
So I could speak to you...
Are you being personal, or do you mean...
No, I can't sing also.
No.
So I think it's a good idea that they've suggested or recommended that. So this, for me, with my small legs, would about 6 kilometres would be a nice speedy walk for me.
It is.
And this is where you can really start to pump the arms. Now, if I wanted to, I could intensify it further by increasing the incline.
So it's like you're going uphill.
So it's like I'm going uphill. So
because you do 12 kilometres per hour on incline number 8. That's going to give you a real workout.
That's a different workout altogether, isn't it? But if I don't want to go any further, if I, you know, maybe from impact reasons, joint reasons, I need to stay low impact, then your way of intensifying is using that incline.
Go slower, but add the incline. Let's go back to 0. Now watch this. Here we go. The bionic woman is about to leap into action, or stride into action. What I love about this as well is that if you're tall, I'm 6'2". If you're tall and you've got a wider gait and a long stride, I've got very long legs. I'm over the weight limit, so I have tried it. I'm not going to do it on air, because we always recommend you stay within the weight limit of 18.9 stone, 120 kilos. But it was perfect for me, and as I say, I've got a long stride and a wide gait. As you can see when I stand here, it's about 2 feet. Hey, get it? 2 feet. All right, so we're now at 8.5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, this is running. This is not, you know, when they say running treadmill, it's not like, oh, you can do a light jog. This is proper running. We're only at 10 kilometres an hour, 14, 15. I don't know if I could even run at 10 kilometres per hour. You're doing very well. 10.8, 9, we're at 11. You're right there, Kel.
I'm getting tired now.
Yeah, but you see, didn't even get to 12. I mean, and you did very well, and thank you very much indeed.
But this is the thing,
Kelly, please.
I'll just be here for a moment.
But listen, can we be quiet for a second and listen to this? It's not very loud.
No, my breathing was probably louder.
Yeah. and do the incline thing for us, please. I mean, I can barely even hear it. I can't honestly believe the quality. I think $299.99 is a phenomenal price. for the quality of this machine. I think Renew could have sold this for 500 quid. Well, the fact is, if they were selling it to shops and things, it probably would be, because they're a manufacturer. We deal directly with them, so, you know, we're kind of getting it at a wholesale price sort of thing. It honestly is superior to any treadmill in this price range I've ever seen. And I think if you've been looking for a treadmill, and the fact, if it's in your home, it speaks to you. You hear it say, "You haven't used me in a day." What? Why don't you come and have a go? No, honestly, it's one of those things. They say out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, it's easy
Insight,
to ignore.
in mind.
It's very easy to ignore if it's, you know, a gym membership pass, or or something you've got to put onto the television in order to be able to follow. You want something that's simple. Yeah. You want something that you don't have to think too much about.
$24.99 a month, 2 years I didn't go.
And it's how many people?
This much a year, and I didn't even go.
But how many people do that?
I know,
they
a lot.
sign up to the gym. That's what gyms work on.
Gym donations rather than memberships. Yeah.
That's what they work on.
I went to a cheap gym. Who was it? Was maybe Sean and Hayley? I think Hayley was saying her gym membership's like £50 or £60 a month. And plus, no, I'm not knocking gyms. They're great, and I love going to a gym when I'm fit. But the fact is, you've got to get there. And that means if the gym's way away from you, you've got to get in the car or get a bus or get a train or whatever, get to the gym, then you've got to, you know, maybe you go dressed, I don't know, maybe you change when you're there. Then you've got to hope that the machines are free, wait for the machine to be free if it's not, do your workout, and then you've got to go have a shower, get changed, all that, get back. I mean, the whole thing, you know, I've never done, even if I'm only walking or running for 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, I've never done a gym sort of session that's less than an hour by the time you've got there, done your workout and got back home again. And
also, you have that little bit of motion. For most people that aren't seasoned exercisers, that motivation comes in small waves. So you need to act on it when it comes. So at that moment where you go, I really feel like I feel energised to do something. If it's in your home, you get on it, you do it. And we know that the rule of thumb is go on there for a few minutes, and more than ever, you probably likely to stay on there a bit longer.
Well,
But if you have to go somewhere, if you have to prepare...
I can't be bothered, I'm not feeling... it's faff.
You're going to put excuses and barriers in place.
I've just broken up with my boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you the secret formula to health and slenderness, and that is this. It's twofold. Number one, eat less, and number two, move more. I mean, look, we all make excuses, don't we? Oh, I've got this, I've got that, I've got an inactive what's it or an overactive something else. And there are genuine medical conditions why people are predisposed to gain weight. I got this because I ate too much and I didn't exercise enough. And do you know what? People say, oh, it's so easy to put on, but it takes so long to get it off. No, it doesn't. Actually, generally speaking, it's about the same. You know, it takes you a year to gain it, take you about a year to lose it. But the fact is, the best exercise, and this is fact, this is indisputable empirical fact, the best exercise of any exercise that exists is the one you actually do. And when you've got this in your home, I don't care if you do a minute. I used to do that. I'd force myself to go to the gym. So I'm doing a minute. And I'd do a minute, and I think, and then the next day I'd do 2 minutes, and then 3, and before you know it, you're at a level of fitness. Because your body, generally our bodies respond quite quickly to exercise, don't they? They adapt quite quickly.
And the thing is, you know, it's overcoming that resistance. And once you get in there and you do a minute, and chances are you're going to do 2 or 3. Because you're going to maybe do one more exercise.
Well, you put a bit of Lady Gaga or something, your favourite gym track, and before you actually start to enjoy it.
But imagine if you've got this in your home and you don't even have to think about getting dressed.
Or
you don't have to think about driving there.
No. Doesn't matter what you look like, don't have to do your hair. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, it's feature rich. The benefits are huge. $229.99. Kelly, as always, you're brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you, putting this through its paces. Make sure you check out, make sure you get yours. If you've been looking for a home treadmill that you can walk and run on, I genuinely recommend this one. Stay tuned, lots more still to see at Shop on TV.
Shop on TV broadcasts across the nation every day from midnight to 3 a.m. on ITV1 and STV and midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview channel 89. Away from your television, we've got you covered. The live broadcasts are also streamed on our website at shopontv.co.uk and on our YouTube channel at Shop on TV Live, where you can catch up on anything you've missed. So, why not make it your daily ritual to tune in and check out the latest and greatest on offer? Outstanding quality, incredible value and superb savings with Shop on TV.
We're also on ITVX, we're also on YouTube, and we're also on ITV1+1 and STV+1. So if you are just coming in from a night out maybe and you're thinking, oh, this looks good, what's it all about, Alfie? Well, first of all, don't call me Alfie, my name's Rob. And secondly, you can go to the +1, ITV1+1 is 35, channel 35 I think on Freeview, or if you're an ITVX, so if you're actually watching through either the ITV website or an app on your smart TV or your smart device, that's ITVX. You can actually go to the watch live, and then there's usually an option to restart the show, so you can see it all from the beginning. Now, when last we left off, ladies and gentlemen, this treadmill is now fully spoken for. Every single one of the last of the stock that we have available until April, this will not be back until April, is now in baskets. That means if everyone checks out right now, it's sold out. There are, in fact, no, it's over allocated. There are now 12 people. If you don't check out and everybody else does, 12 people are going. That's a dozen in some countries. 12 people are going to miss out. So look, it's not yours when it's in your basket until you pay for it. The price is not reserved. The product is not reserved. If this sells out, you're going to find that when you go to check out maybe later today or something, or on another day, it will say sold out. And if you desperately want a treadmill right now, you won't be able to get this one again until April. And not because for any other reason. Look, these take time to make and get, they're designed in the UK by a wonderful team of people at Renew. They're a great company. Honestly, they care. The brand is wonderful. It's a luxury, premium lifestyle brand, but for a budget price. I mean, crikey. The only other place you can get it, this is essentially exclusive to us. You can get it from gymkituk.com. That's actually the manufacturer's website. They have it for $299.99, but our special price, their offer to us, direct to you, is $229.99. And again, as we were saying, our usual price is 300 quid too. But if this went to a shop and they were having to sell it into a shop and then the shop added their profit on top, blah, 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 it could, I mean, I don't know, it may be £400 or £500. Yeah. And frankly, if you saw this at £400 or £500 in a shop, in a sports shop, you'd think, and you got on it and had a go, and you realised it had the motorised incline, that it had the cushioned shock-absorbing pad or belt or plate or what was it called? Thingy.
The actual foot rail.
The bit you stand on. Oh. And the buttons and the remote and the slot for your smart device and the display. And you can wheel it around, and it's sturdy and it's beautifully designed.
It's got everything.
You'd think, oh, here's my £500, take my money now.
And for me, the biggest thing is, as you said, is the footprint of it. The fact that it's not going to take up a huge amount of space. Right. I want something that's going to allow me to run. Yeah, I want something that's going to have incline. This ticks the box, but I also want something that will fold down when I need it to.
It's about the footprint of a yoga mat, we say.
It really is. That's how I would say it.
It's like
if you can fit a yoga mat in, you can fit this in. But when you're finished using it, I would suggest keep it out. But when you are finished using it, if you've got somebody coming round, maybe you've got it in the spare room, or you've got friends coming over, and you want to get it out of the lounge or the conservatory, then all you've got to do is pop the handrails down. You can actually also use it as a kind of desk treadmill as well.
So you'd lock that in place, you'd slide it up to you if you've got a standing desk.
Yeah, it's super versatile, and I think lots of people now are kind of getting into the kind of way of working and walking.
Or if you're working and walking from home. But also the thing is, a lot of the sort of pre-made treadmill desks, because you can buy them. You have to use them standing. I don't think you can use them sitting.
No.
Whereas with this, you can buy desks that you can use sitting that will raise up to a standing position.
They automatically raise.
So now you've got the treadmill to slot into it if you want to add that component.
Yeah, you've got so much choice with this treadmill. I love the fact that you've got a really clear display on there as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can measure your progress, because what we want to know is, how am I doing? How am I getting on?
It's motivating.
It is absolutely motivating. You know, you were saying it yourself. Every time when you start your fitness journey, the absolute joy that you feel, not only do you get that super endorphin release, but the joy that you feel when you can see that you can stay on here for 5 minutes longer, that you can increase your speed just a little bit. Maybe you've got to a point where you're walking at great speed, but now you can put the incline on.
Do you know, I remember just before I left LA, and I was very fit, and I'd been running, you know, six miles a day, 6 days a week. And I remember I didn't have, because I got to that point where I could do that every day. If I missed a day, I could do double. So there were some days I could run 12 miles. I'd literally, because the treadmill would only go for about an hour and a bit, and it would stop. So I'd do an hour, reset it, do another hour, and it's like running for 2 hours. I was like, oh my God. But just before I left LA, I remember I hadn't run for about 2 or 3 days, because we were sort of getting everything ready to leave. And I went to the gym and I got on the treadmill, and I just remember running at 6 miles an hour. It's quite fast for an hour, but I didn't even realise I was running. It was so easy.
Yeah.
I was off with my thoughts. It was that runner's high they talk about.
Yeah, that
I love that
endorphin
milestone
release.
when your muscles get to the point where you're fit enough that you can exercise fairly vigorously and you don't ache the next day, or even later that day. It is a brilliant feeling.
But I also think, you know, we're very good at just accepting the way we are sometimes, and we go, OK, I'll just buy that bigger size of clothes. It's coming up to summer.
I've got 3 different sizes of clothes in my wardrobe.
Well, this is it. We all have kind of those varying degrees within our wardrobes. But we get to a point where we just accept and we go, OK, instead of kind of doing something about it, I'll just buy new clothes for this summer to make myself feel better.
I got so heavy.
So instead of doing that, why don't this year you go commit to yourself and say, I'm going to get something like this for the home, even if it's not this.
It's never too late to start.
It's never too late.
Well, unless you've passed away, then it is.
Possibly. That is one of it.
That's generally a stopping point. You know, end of life.
But
this is not suitable for corpses. No.
I don't really know where I'm going.
Bet you never thought
I was all about the wardrobe, and now I don't know where I'm going.
No disrespect to the recently departed. It's just a factor of life.
But make the choice this summer that instead of buying extra clothes, instead of trying to make yourself feel better by kind of dressing up how you feel, get this and start to make some real transformational change.
You know, I miss it. One of the things that's been an excuse for me for a while is I have an umbilical hernia, you know, so half my guts are sticking through my belly. And I did it years ago when I was about to go to the gym in LA, funny enough. And it was fine for a while, and it's got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger over the years. And I had an operation scheduled, and the day that my operation was due to take place, we went into lockdown 3 days before, and they said had to cancel the operation. And then so I've never had a chance. So, but before I start really getting back into exercise, I have to get it sorted. But again, that's just one of those excuses, isn't it? I need to get it taken care of, because I actually really love exercise and I really love running, and it probably doubles the speed of my sort of fat loss as well.
Yeah. So, but you're working on the nutrition side.
Absolutely, exactly. Kelly, thank you so much.
You.
As
Pleasure.
always, you're a wonder and a national treasure. Thank you very much. That's it for me for this week. I will probably see you next Thursday night. From everyone here, bye.